This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
All right, now we are back in live. Had a little pump fake there, but we are back live high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's the Newcastle Racers, the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish on a chilly first Friday of November. It's football. Josh Calloway on hand, Billy Collier, my partner in crime, with me, Carson Wade on the production. Ash Kowal's back with us, working camera tonight. The legendary Ash Kowal's back with us. Billy, this is a big boy football game here tonight. The Racers, a huge, monstrous win over Lawton MacArthur last Friday. They're now in the driver's seat in 5A1, but a lot of that can come unraveled tonight. It's all out in front of this Racer team. Huge game. This is kind of what it's all about. November, this is big boy football.
Yes, and finally it feels like football. You know,
Yeah.
got that Christmas there. But you're right. I believe that Newcastle is in the driver's seat. McGuinness is desperate. They need this game, or they're going to be down there playing some of the big boys in the other district. But, yes, this is a huge game for Newcastle. They win. They're in the driver's seat. And if they lose, then they have to count on some other things happening.
Yeah,
and
right.
you don't ever want to be in that position.
Right, 100%. You know, last week, you know, I wasn't on the call. You and Gene did a great job. We were talking about it a little bit. We were, you know, chatting before the game with Gene. You know, the last few years, it's kind of seemed like for the Racers, they've been so close to all these huge wins. You know, think of Blanchard, Tuttle, obviously last year it comes to mind. To come through and to find a way late to pull that game off, that felt like, is it fair to say the biggest win for Newcastle, you know, in a while? I mean, to go on the road and get that win over MacArthur, who's obviously a really good program and an OSN school as well, that was a major statement, I think, for everyone in 5A, that this Racer team is legit, and now you try to follow that up with another big-time program that's always in the mix in Bishop McGuinness. It's been a heck of a run for the Racers since that tough start, and they're trying to keep it going tonight.
Yes, and even the people did OSN for MacArthur said that last week was just an instant classic type game. And one of the things I will say that I don't know you could see on film, when they got down that field goal that was kicked, you didn't see any moping heads. You didn't see anybody like, oh, no, here we go again. You saw them get in there. You saw a run by Shanuel, then a run by Bradford, and they were in the end zone that fast, 81 yards. And so you really saw a lot of that, and I'm seeing a lot of confidence in the team and a lot of talking to each other and working with each other.
100%. It just feels like after the early, a couple of tough losses, they had a lot of bumps and bruises early, some real key guys out. The Racers are kind of starting to peak at the right time, which is something you always want around this time of year. They've gotten a lot of the key guys back. They're playing good football, and they've obviously won 4 straight games and are looking to make it 5 tonight against a Bishop McGuinness program they're used to being here and playing in these big games. They're 6-2 coming into play tonight, so this is just a fun one, and we're excited to bring it to you, and hopefully what's going to be a long run. We've kind of joked about it throughout the season. We have not been here very much. We had the 2 games to start the year here at Racer Stadium, and then we weren't here the entire month of October. Now we're hoping we're going to be here a while, because if you win tonight, you have a home game next week, you set yourself up to have at least 1 and possibly 2 home playoff games if you can win. We might be getting comfortable here at Gene Reed Field. We might be settling in a little bit over the next month.
And I think that would be incredibly awesome. I think that would be a lot of fun. We'll just set some cots up here and just crash out up here. But, no, I think it'll be great. Again, if they win, something some tragedy happens next week, they should win next
Yeah.
week. And if you win both these games, you're right. There'll be probably at least 2 games here, provided that they win them. And we get to just kind of hang out up here on top of the press box.
100%. Excited to be back here at Racer Stadium. Been a while, it feels like. And we're fired up for this game between the Racers and the Fighting Irish. Going to be a fun one. This is the countdown to kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. Great real estate services from ownership lists, title reports, abstracting, construction binders, owner and mortgagee title insurance, closing coordination, closings, and monitoring delivery dates. Regardless of how complicated or simple your title problem is, they can help. Give them a call, 405-348-8605. Oklahoma Abstract and Title, our pregame sponsor here on the Oklahoma Sports Network for Newcastle Racers football. We're going to step aside for a quick break. We come back. Bill and I will look ahead at the schedule for the rest of the season. We're winding down. We're in November, believe it or not. And we'll also take a peek at the district standings, which have the Racers on top. What do they need to do to close this thing out and win the district their first year in 5A? And, of course, as we go on, we'll preview this matchup further, the Racers and the Fighting Irish. You're watching the Newcastle Racers pregame show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium. Excited to be with you. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Getting ready for what should be a great one. Bishop McGuinness and Newcastle, two teams vying for the 5A1 title. And, of course, we'll take a peek at those standings in just a moment. Let's first look at the schedule ahead. We're on the home stretch, Billy. Only 2 games left in the regular season. Crazy. It feels like just yesterday we were looking at this graphic. It just had all these dates, and we're thinking what a season we're going to have. And now we're on the back end here, but you look at this, the tale of 2 seasons almost. After the start, 3-game losing streak in non-district play for the Racers, 3 straight blowouts, and then the thrilling win over Lawton MacArthur last week. Bishop McGuinness tonight, and they'll close with the Southeast Spartans next Friday. Billy, it's been a heck of a season, and you can just – it's almost fun to look at because it's just those L's and then just W. They're just stacking W's right now.
Oh, and it looks great because you know that is all in district. All those W's are in the district.
Right.
And those losses, I mean, you look at who they're to, Tuttle, Blanchard, Elgin, who you're going to see. We won't see them, but they'll be in the 4A playoffs.
Yeah, they're playing deep, yeah.
I would not be surprised if 2 of those 3 are playing for the state championship if it gets that far. So Yeah, that's really great. I'd like to see the W's continue.
100%, and we'll be looking forward to that regular season finale next Friday. That'll be senior night, although it won't technically be the last home game for Newcastle. If things go according to plan, get the home game, obviously, to start the playoffs, but that'll be senior night next Friday, and that'll be a Gene Reed special one more time. He'll fill in alongside Billy Collier for me next Friday, and I'll be back for the full playoff run the Friday after that. Let's go and take a look at the standings in the 5A1 district coming into play tonight. So there you have it. The Racers are on top, 4-0 in district play, the only undefeated team. Obviously, a nice, pretty plus 49 in the point differential right now. Bishop McGuinness is in second, Lawton MacArthur third. The Bombers are in fourth, Midwest City. And then Southeast Duncan, Class SAS, rounded out. Billy, obviously, I don't really need to explain any further when you look at it. These are the top two teams in the district right now. These are the two teams vying to win this thing. The Racers right now are in good shape. Bishop McGuinness, though, it's all in front of them, too. They play Newcastle tonight, and they've got Lawton MacArthur next week. So if the Irish win the next 2 weeks, they're going to be sitting here winning this district. So this is two teams that have a lot to play for tonight, which just makes tonight a little more fun.
Yes, and we really need to keep that 0 there in the loss column.
Yeah.
To keep that, because that keeps us a game ahead of both of those other teams when they play each other next week. If we can win tonight, they'll be playing for second and third rather than for first and third. So I think that looks incredible. I think, man, to come into 5A, we talked about this before, Josh. We didn't really know a whole lot about the other teams in 5A, and we're kind of learning them as they're learning us. But it's good to look down there and see 4-0 to 3-1, 3-1. And so, as you said, everything's out in front. Now, I do believe Bishop McGuinness is probably going to be in a form of desperation a little bit tonight, because if they lose tonight, now they drop down there with Midwest City Bombers.
Yeah.
And if you remember right, they lost to them. So that could drop them all the way down into fourth place, depending on how they do next week.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's a great point because, the Irish, they're in a very volatile spot right now because they can win the district still. They're totally in play for that, but you're right. I mean, you lose tonight, you have Lawton MacArthur deal with next week. Suddenly you're looking at, oh, man, we could end up in fourth. And as we've said many times, whoever gets fourth here is going to have to deal with Carl Albert in the first round, which is just not something that anybody wants to deal with. So a lot on the line for the Irish, certainly in this game as well. So just a bunch to play for both teams, which is what makes these November games so fun and exciting. Looking forward to the back end here these last 2 weeks as we do the math and figure it out. But the Racers, it's pretty simple. Keep winning, you're going to be in good shape. If you keep the 0 in the loss column, there's no math to be done. You'll be in first place, and you'll be hosting at least one and potentially 2 playoff games whenever we get there. So a lot to play for and everything out in front of this Racer team at this point. All right, let's go ahead and get into our starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Starting lineups are presented by Sooner State Bank. You have many options when it comes to financial institutions at Sooner State Bank. They pride ourselves on providing the level of service that will exceed your family or business expectations. Stop by one of our branch locations today to talk to our dedicated staff. Sooner State Bank, member FDIC, 212 Wright Street in Newcastle. Let's start with the offense. Usual suspects here. Quarterback Jackson Shanuel at the top. TJ Bradford, the star running back. Wide receivers, Caden Longman, Rex Heskew, Alex Schumard, Aiden Elcision, the tight end. And then on the offensive line, Taj Smith, Garrett Pratt, Jace Ledoux, Cody Nix at right guard, then Blake Allen at right tackle. Billy, anybody on offense in particular you're looking forward to seeing tonight? TJ Bradford seems like as he's gotten back from injury, he's just been doing the stock up emoji. He's been playing really good football the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing him. No one in this district, it seems like they've all had trouble stopping him and Shanuel.
Yeah.
That they are just kind of running on them at will. I think that'll be good. I think tonight you will probably need to keep an eye on Longman and possibly Heskew, because I have a feeling they may be used quite a bit tonight in the passing game.
Defensively, as we take a look at that starting 11, again, usual suspects. Aiden Elcision is having a great season at defensive end. Big Todd Smith, Blake Allen, Thomas Barbie on the other defensive end. Those guys have really done a great job ever since Hunter Berry went out, stepping up in that void. Jackson Shanuel, who's been really good on defense this year, the big linebacker. Tucker Brown, Ian Barker, Zach Cragg, Trey Burchett, who was everywhere in that MacArthur game. We talked about that a little bit before the game. And then Caden Longman, Alex Schumard, the 2 corners. Where do your eyes go defensively for the Racers in this one?
Well, to Burchett, to Shanuel, they both were leading tacklers last week and did a great job keeping everything in against a really good MacArthur team.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at them. Also, I've been pretty impressed with Zach Cragg back there in the in the backfield. He kind of plays that cover one position, and he's done a good job, good reach, staying with the receivers. So that's been good. Of course, you can't overspeak the front seven. They've just been dominant. Aiden Elcision, like you said, and then Barbie on the other side. They've really been keeping it in and such. So I really look forward to seeing how those guys do, kind of continuing what they've been doing.
And it always feels like, he's not a listed starter, but he plays a lot of snaps as Preston Scagnetti, a guy who we've said his name
every
50
game.
times every game, and you always feel like you have to make sure to mention him in there as well, because he'll play a factor, as he always does in tonight's ballgame. Going to be a fun matchup. All right, we'll go ahead and step aside here for another break. We come back, Billy and I will dive into Bishop McGuinness a little bit. We'll look at the season that they've had to this point, some of the players and names to know, and we'll continue to set the scene for this huge 5A1 district battle, the Newcastle Racers and the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish. Newcastle Racers pregame show rolls on after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back here at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. We're closing in about 10 minutes or so from kicking this one off. The Racers and the Fighting Irish on a beautiful Friday night in November. It's a little chilly, but not horrible. We've certainly done way worse.
Yes, much worse.
It feels like November football. November 1st.
It does.
It's that time of year. It feels good. A little sad the season's winding down, but it feels good because we're at the big games,
Right.
It's a good vibe. So let's talk about Bishop McGuinness a little bit, what to expect with the Irish. They're coached by Ryan Stringer, obviously having a good season, as they typically do. They're always in the mix. 6-2 on the year. They've won the last couple of games in blowout fashion over Duncan and Southeast. The last 2 weeks after losing to Midwest City, they've won the last 2 games 130-14. That's in the last 2 weeks. So they've been playing with some aggression after losing to Midwest City. They were upset by the Bombers back on October 11th. They also lost their season opener to Deer Creek, who's obviously a really good 6A program.
Yep.
So the Irish have been playing good football all year long, have got some impressive wins under their belt. But their back's a little bit against the wall. I mean, obviously they're in great shape for the playoffs, but they know that, kind of we talked about at the beginning, like they're in position, could still win the district, but they could easily slip into 4th, that you don't want either. So their back's against the wall a little bit. Where are you kind of at with the Irish in terms of maybe some names that stuck out to you and kind of looking into them, and for Racer fans tuned in, a little bit of what they bring to the table?
Well, like you said, they're used to championships. Several publications had them winning District 1 at the first of the season. So that loss to Midwest City has them on their toes.
Yeah.
And so they're going to come out, like you said, back against the wall, little desperation, a cornered dog. So looking at that, one of the people you got to keep an eye on, Damon Cochran, he is their quarterback. He's a senior, 6 foot, 191, good runner. pretty decent passer. And then also their running back is J.R. Fletcher. He's been their running back the last year or two. Doing really good, is a power runner, can wear you down. So I'm looking forward to seeing how those two kind of dominate the game or try to dominate the game. Watching video, they really keep you on your heels because a lot of teams, they're going to get ready to run or they're getting ready to pass. You never really could get that comfortable watching Bishop McGuinness because they're pretty balanced in all those areas.
100%. It's just like we said, it's a program that's always in the mix. They're playing good football. They have a lot to play for. They're just used to being here. So you're not really thinking that. Well, I said their backs are against the wall a little bit. They feel probably a little bit of a pressure to try to find a way to at least split these last 2 games, both on the road. They got to go to Cameron next Friday. They're not going to wilt in the moment. It doesn't feel like at all. It's a program and players that have played in a lot of big games. So the Racers will need to play, one of their better games of the year if they're going to find a way to win this thing.
Absolutely, and I think that the front 7 are going to have to do what they need, stand up to them, keep everything going. If you can get them where they have to pass, I think they are better running than they are passing. And so if you can just make them just have to pass for everything, I think you pretty well have them.
Totally agree. And the Irish will get ready to take the field in a moment. Racers getting ready to run out of the big inflatable race car. Did also want to note, too, because, the Irish, people may remember before the season, they've been playing with heavy hearts this season. Had a member of the team, Ben Tallwater, pass away tragically before the year. So his number 88 has been being passed around all season long. Kind of one of those really sad story but cool moment. Cool, way to honor him sort of a thing. Senior wideout Dax Corey normally wears number 7. He's going to wear number 88 tonight. And they've been passing that number 88 around all season long to honor him. And I believe, if I read correctly, Coach Ryan Stringer said that after this season, that 88 will be retired for good. So it won't be worn again after this season. So a cool story. Obviously, horribly sad and tragic situation, but it's been cool to see them rally around him and honor their brother there. So that's been a cool story to watch throughout the season. Different guys wearing the 88 getting that honor. And I believe that it was Coach Stringer. He kind of just decides each week who he's going to trust, basically, to represent that number. So a cool thing and what's obviously a just horrific, awful story, obviously.
Well, and that player that wears the 88 is carrying a little extra umph, a little extra courage. They want to really make it look good, really show some respect to him. So you're right. It's an excellent story. I love how they're honoring him. Hate that it came out that way.
Right.
But it's good that they're doing that, and I'm going to be watching for number 88 doing some stuff tonight.
100%. So the captains are heading out there for the Racers. It's the usual suspects: Rex Heskew, T.J. Bradford, Jackson Shaniel, Taj Smith, Aiden Elcision, and who's that last one? Trey Burchett are your 6 captains. 4 will head out for the coin toss. I think I can scope out those Irish captains, too. Let's see. He's got 11, Aiden Monagold. Number 9 is Tom Watts. Number 54 is Nick House. Number 8, I do believe, is Jace Weeks. Is that 2 number 8s? Number 6 is then Nate Steiner. And then, as I mentioned, Dax Corey, number 7, is wearing 88 out there, and he's one of the captains for this game as well. It's Military Appreciation Night at the stadium. We kind of talked about it before the game. In the past, they've worn those camo jerseys, which, A, are kind of hard to see, and B, shake up the numbers. Everyone's wearing different numbers, and so I don't mind that we're not wearing those, I guess. Well, I'll put it that way.
Not one bit. Not one bit.
Make it a little easier on us.
Good to see them in their regular numbers, and it is. It's a military honor night, and they're doing some things here in the stands and at the stadium for that. But, yes, it's good to see them in those black jerseys with the blue numbers. Easy to see.
Very easy. Well, also, too, at this point in the year, I got everyone's number down. So I don't need to even look at the Racer roster, really. But when you throw that curveball at me, it's a whole different game.
Especially when sometimes they've given a number to somebody and the jersey doesn't fit.
Oh, yeah.
And so then they have to change it, and they'd never tell us.
Yeah, right, right. So the captains are out there for the coin toss. Coin flip sponsor is Elcision Realty. Boomer and Tiffany Elcision of the Tiffany team are your local realtors with Prime Realty. Go Racers. Newcastle, like we said, in the all-black home uniforms on this post-Halloween night. Bishop McGuinness in the Stormtrooper all-white look. We'll see which way the Racers elect to go with this here. Looks like the coin toss has been won by the visiting team in the Fighting Irish. I feel like I ask you every time, but I'll ask you again since we're here. Taking the ball if you win the toss? Defense is playing so well.
Yeah, I think I would start on defense or at least defer. I think
the Irish won the toss, so it might be a moot point.
Yeah.
Waiting to see the official signal here for what should be a great game. We're excited for this one. Bishop McGuinness, it's a team that it's one of those kind of classic programs. They got a very classic look, the logo, the name. Cool to have them here at Racer Stadium. So the toss looks like it was actually won by the Racers, and they're going to take the football. So how about that? So Newcastle will start with the ball. They'll be going left to right from our vantage point here at the press box at Gene Reed Field. And we'll see Jackson Shaniel and the Newcastle offense up first. All right, we'll step aside one more time. This has been the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. When we get back, Racer offense on the field. We'll have the kick. We'll have the football. Bishop McGuinness, Newcastle, 5A1 football on the other side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on hand. Just about ready to get this one started on a beautiful Friday night. The first Friday of November. It is a loaded slate on OSN tonight. We've got games everywhere. Carl Albert Guthrie, Lawton High Altus, Eisenhower Choctaw, MacArthur Southeast, Elgin Clinton, Walters Frederick, Cash Douglas, Jones Oklahoma Christian, Del City Claremore, Bethany Tecumseh, and our game here. That's a slate, Billy. We've got games absolutely everywhere, and we're glad you chose to be with us on a great Friday night here at Gene Reed Field. Like we said, races are going to start with the football. So we're going to look at this Newcastle offense first, fresh off a 35-point showing against Lawton MacArthur. Like we said, the offense has been just completely different ever since T.J. Bradford came back. The run game has been absolutely phenomenal, and they're hoping for a similar start here tonight. Our opening kickoff is presented by First United Bank. First United Bank, with over 80 locations across Oklahoma and Texas, is a family bank in every sense of the word. Family-owned and operated, built on family values, treating you like family. Spend life wisely. Member FDIC. Kick for the Irish is coming from Noah McReynolds, senior kicker. Caden Longman and Schumard are back. Fielded about the 10 by Longman, and we're underway here at Racer Stadium. He runs through that tackle, falls forward to the 25, and that's where the Racers offense will set up shop. Our first quarter sponsor is Chris Dumm, Allstate agent. Chris knows what life is like here in Newcastle, that you choose your car and your home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. He also knows how important it is to do the same when it comes to insurance. He looks forward to getting to know you and helping you find the solutions that meet your needs. Call him today, 405-392-2390. And here comes Jackson Shaniel and that Racers offense, first drive of the game.
Well, it looks like they're starting out with 3 receivers out.
T.J. Bradford, the running back, 3 wide set, like Billy said. First play is a handoff to Bradford. He'll go to the right side and fall forward for a couple on first down. Like we said, since T.J. Bradford came back, the run game, obviously with him because he's very good, but what it's opened up for Jackson Shaniel in the run game, it's been lethal. And we'll expect to see more of that tonight.
Right, you really have a hard time saying if he fakes it or if he doesn't, and he has real good at standing still for about half a second.
Getting better and better at those reads. Second down. Kane Longman on the little jet sweep touch pass. He'll go to the far side and hit right at the stick. I think he's just short, but a good pickup on second down sets up a third in just about a yard.
Yeah, that was a good run, boy. He took a pop over there on the other sideline. You know, they're like you said, they're used to being here, and they're used to playing like this, so they tackled him pretty good over there.
You got to imagine, like we kind of talked about a couple times in the pregame, Bishop McGuinness is going to come out with some, a little bit of desperation. I mean, that might be a little bit of an extreme word for a team that's obviously in good shape. But they know they need at least one of these last 2 games to avoid what would be, the exact opposite of what you want to start your playoff run, going to Carl Albert in 2 weeks. So these are huge games for the Irish. Third and short. We have whistles right on the snap, and looks like Coach Brickman with an early timeout.
Yeah, they were trying something there, kind of a speed out, 3 receivers down here low. Not really sure what was going on, but I'm glad he called a timeout because there were about 3 people moving before the ball hiked.
And that's a kind of a sense of Coach Brickman kind of feeling, I think, a little bit how important this first drive is. You don't see a lot of timeouts, only 2 plays in, but that's where he went. Want to make sure they try and get the best play possible to pick up this third and short. I'm also thrown off a little bit. Coach Brickman not wearing a hat. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. Huh.
Just going dome on headset. You don't see that very often for Coach Brickman. It kind of startled me a little bit at first. I'm always used to seeing him in a hat down there.
Well, and I think it's a good timeout, like you were saying, that first score. The reason they took the ball is they want to score and then make Bishop McGuinness have to catch up with them. That's kind of what they did last week, and it worked out well for them. So I think that's what he's trying to do here.
And how many times have we seen over the years Newcastle come out with something that works to perfection out of a timeout? Coach Brickman, a master play caller, but especially out of a timeout. 3 wide, all at the bottom, nobody at the top, 3rd and 1. Ooh, that's a false start. Yeah, you saw, I wondered if Caden Longman was going to get away with it. He had just a little bit of a flinch, and the official on the near side spotted it. And that'll back him up from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. Huge difference, obviously.
Well, I mean, you hate to see that. That's what you're talking about, coming out of a timeout into a false start. That's too bad. I mean, it looked like
we don't get to see what the play call was.
Well, it looked like they had them spread out pretty good. So
3rd and 6 now from what almost certainly would have been a run to maybe have to put in the air, and they will. Shanuel rolls that to his right. Got some time. He'll fire far side. Longman's caught it. And talk about atoning for your sins right away. Longman makes the play, and that's a first down for Newcastle.
Yeah, he's sure hands.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing they tackled him right there. He's known once he gets the ball, he is excellent at making extra yards. So that was a good catch for him. It looks like they're doing a little tempo.
Good pass by Shanuel right on the number 8 in Longman's jersey. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll go Bradford on the ground here. He'll run right up the gut and keep the legs churning for a gain of about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, that was a good run by him, and you saw number 64 there, Ledoux. He dove in there trying to get him a little extra yardage there, so it was good to see that and kind of working through the middle there, keeping him honest.
We've talked about it before. You'll take a 4 or 5 yard run on first down every time. 2nd and 6. Shanuel. This time he will give to Bradford again. To the left side, does a great job cutting back. Gets across the 45, sets up another 3rd and 1. Didn't look like there was going to be a lot there for Bradford, but he did a great job putting his foot in the ground, cutting back, and ended up getting 4 or 5 yards out of it.
That's one of the things I've really watched him practice on over the summer is just having those quick. You kind of see it with the head first and the body follows.
So that run sets him up 3rd down and 1. Got to imagine a run at the gut here with somebody. That's exactly what it is. Bradford got the first down and then some. Bradford breaking through arm tackles, and he's wrangled down at the 40. A big run for Bradford, and the Racers are on the move.
Well, and there you see some of the strength. You know, in the past he's been that fast kind of scat back. There you saw the strength, the guy hanging on him and being drugged by him before he could get some help to tackle him.
It's a great point. Bradford becoming a more and more complete runner with each passing week. 1st and 10 at the 40. Keep feeding him up the middle, this time bottled up. Irish were all over that one. Did get about a yard, but not much beyond that.
Yeah, that was a good tackle there by Colby Lee, number 74. Kind of was able to shift to the side of his blocker and kind of block that hole up.
So give him a yard, makes it 2nd and 9 to the 39. 3 minutes in here, first possession of the ball game. Racers on the move, trying to get some early points. Play action here for Shanuel. He'll step up, takes a hit, fires down the middle of the field. Got Longman down there, just let him a tick too far. Pretty ball from Shanuel, but just a little too far out in front of Longman.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He had beat his coverage right there, but just looked like he was a little bit too closer, I guess too much to the middle of the field.
So now you got 3rd and 9, probably 4-down territory at this point in the field, so I wouldn't rule out a run here necessarily. We'll see what they do. 3 wide set, usual suspects, Schumard, Heskew, Longman. Bradford, the running back, next to Shanuel. They'll fake it, and Shanuel's going to run right up the middle. Cuts back, runs over a guy down at the 32 or 31. I think he's going to be just a hair shy, and it's going to be 4th down and short. Got to imagine they'll go for this.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. They're going to line up real quick, looks like.
Got a couple subs run on, get the big boy package in there.
Call it the big beef.
When we talk about Jackson Shanuel, he's a big boy, so
yes.
Needs 4th and short yardage. Just let him run forward behind some blockers. It's very hard to keep him from picking up a yard. That's what they're going to try and do here. 4th and 1 at the 31. Big early momentum swing spot in this game. Shanuel, he'll run right up the gut. He's got it in some. There he goes. Jackson Shanuel says, I'll get the 4th and 1, and I'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Newcastle.
There he goes with a little jig down there. Great run. Good job right up the middle. He hesitated just for a second. That allowed his blockers to kind of get people shifted around, and then he went right up the middle and just took it all the way to the house. That was a great run. And, halfway decent dance after the touchdown. I don't know if you saw it. He kind of did a little bit of a jig down there in the back of the end zone.
31 yards to the house for Jackson Shanuel. Great look at that one on the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. Extra point is up and through. Can't ask for a much better start for Newcastle than that. 1 drive, 3 minutes, 57 seconds, and a 7-0 lead. Racer defense on the field after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Racers on the board first. A 31-yard touchdown run by quarterback Jackson Shanuel. Has him with a 7-0 lead. I mentioned the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. Appreciate Eric Ledoux helping us bring you replays all season long. Their dedicated team is committed to helping you find the perfect insurance coverage for your unique needs, whether it's auto, home, or life insurance. We're here to provide personalized quotes and guidance so you can navigate life's roads in confidence. Call for a free quote today, 405-392-3992. That's Eric Ledoux State Farm, who are instant replay sponsor all year long on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So Racers, after a 7-0 lead, will boot it down. This is Madrano who handles the kickoffs. Fielded inside the 10 for the Irish. Breaking a tackle, cutting back, and got some room. And a big collision there at the 35. That was Jace Weeks, senior, who for a moment there looked like he might have something really cooking. But either way, a good return for Bishop McGuinness as they get their offense out there for the first time.
Boy, that saved a touchdown, him getting off that block. I was worried he wasn't going to be able to get off that block and stop him. But he did, just stopped him right there.
So here comes senior quarterback Damon Cochran and this McGuinness offense. Got some old players on this offense. Pretty much everyone we talked about in pregame are seniors as they try to close out their careers on a high note. A lot of winning in this program, a lot of winning for those guys. First play is a handoff to the right side. Got some room, first down, and then some. Is carrying guys out near midfield is J.R. Fletcher, who, Billy, you talked about in pregame. He can move it, and he did so right there.
Well, you can see that trunk on him right there. He's going to be hard to bring down. He's got the leg muscles.
Yeah.
He can drag some players with him. You saw it right there.
So a big run on first down, and after the big return, they're all the way out near midfield already on their own 48-yard line.
Irish to their own 48-yard line.
Cochran and Fletcher talking in the backfield, both seniors. Cochran, he'll take this one up the gut. QB run, does a good job falling forward through some contact, and a big run on first down up to the 45.
Well, and that line is doing an incredible job. You see the white hats pushing back on the black hats, and that's going to have to be something they're going to have to make some adjustments to, because they're pushing them way too easy right now.
So an 8-yard run on first down sets up second down and 2. That's what it is on the board. More like second and 3. The 45 got to get to the 42. Cochran, he'll give it to Fletcher on the right side. Not a lot there. Does a great job cutting back, though, and gets the first down. Looked like Newcastle had that read perfectly, but a good job cutting back by Fletcher. We saw Bradford do that before. Fletcher returned the favor there, picks up a first down.
Yeah, that was a good tackle there. Scagnetti and Heskey getting on him there, stopping him with by holding his legs together. So that was a good tackle.
So McGuinness on the move here. First and 10 at the 41-yard line. Cochran, handoff Fletcher. This one red. Does a good job breaking the tackle, though. And Burchett's able to get the shoestring. That play was almost blown up in the backfield, but Fletcher, who's proven to be pretty elusive, was able to shake him off and end up getting about 4 yards out of it.
Now I'm trying to see who that was that shot back there. It may have been Burchett.
I think Burchett got the tackle at the end of the play, I think.
Maybe Burchett on tackle and Shanuel back there. Numbers 15 and 16. So.
Yeah, I think Shanuel is the one from our producer Carson Wade that got through. He blew through the play. It was a great jump, but didn't finish it off with the tackle. Second down. Cochran, left side, sticking on the ground with Fletcher. He'll get to the far side, have a flag at the tail end of the play as Rex Heskew took him down. Racer faithful, you could, I'm sure it didn't come through on the broadcast, but a lot of people right here in front of us with a, hold, simultaneous hold.
It was a gang of referees here in the stands, but yes, there looked like there was a pretty good hold right there.
And it is exactly that. A hold on McGuinness. So that'll back him up. Wipes out that play, and that's the one thing that'll hurt you. I mean, if you're McGuinness, you're running the ball really well. Now you're stuck in a spot where you almost certainly have to throw it around a little bit.
Well, and that momentum, boy, those first 3 or 4 plays, they were just getting in the backfield quickly. Now you're starting to see the defense getting in the backfield, kind of slowing them down, and then you have this penalty. That's got to hurt.
But I want to clean up what I said earlier about Coach Brickman. I got him mixed up down there. He is wearing a hat. So crisis averted on that. Run here for Fletcher, and he runs hard up near the 40. That actually, was Jet Schaefer, another senior running back on this team. Does a good job to get some of those yards back. Still sets up a 3rd and long, though. At the 40, they got to get to the 31.
Well, that was a good tackle there, but I think that was Barber, number 3 there. Really good tackle by him, just getting in there, grabbing hold of him. They're shooting in, which is leaving less people in the backfield.
Probably 4-down territory at this part of the field, so could very well see another run here. Racers almost jumped there, but they get back. 3rd and 9. Cochran's going to throw for the first time. Back to pass. He'll fire far side. Caught right at the stick. And that should be good enough for a first down. Put it right on him. That was Nate Steiner, number 6, who caught that pass for a first down. Good throw by Cochran.
Yeah, and Steiner's kind of their hands receiver. He's one they kind of go to when they need the yardage, when they need to get that play.
So a sharp throw on a good route, and it's 1st and 10 at the 30. So after that penalty, it didn't derail the drive as they keep it going. Run to the right side here. This one blown up. Racers all over it. Nowhere to go for Schaefer. Did a good job just getting back near the line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that.
And that's what they're going to have to do tonight. If you'll notice, there are about 3 or 4 players right there all around the runner. And so that's something that they need to do all night, because I don't think you're going to be able to take down Cochran or Fletcher just one-on-one.
Andrew Harris, junior wideout, number 12, came off the field right there, kind of having the right arm hanging a little bit. Hopefully just a stinger on that right arm, right shoulder. 2nd and 10 for the Irish. Just under 5 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Cochran, he'll hand it off left side. And again, not much there at all for Schaefer. He got about a yard, but then he was swallowed up. Great job on the tackle. Yep, Jackson Shanuel, who, obviously is having a great year, and he's a quarterback, so that's obviously going to be where the attention goes. But he's having a really nice year on defense, too.
Having a great year on defense. And that one right there, I don't know if you could see it. He just kind of lifted him off his feet.
Yeah.
And then wondered what to do with him.
Well, Schaefer's at 5'11", 169. Jackson Shanuel, a lot bigger than that.
That's right.
3rd and 9. Again, you'd assume 4-down territory for McGuinness. So they got 2 plays likely to pick this up. Cochran will throw. Good clean pocket. He's got all kinds of time. Fires and it's caught, but immediately popped from behind and jarring it loose. Who else, Billy? Preston Scagnetti absolutely blew that play up.
I've yet to see an incomplete pass, but I guess they called it down there.
It was definitely incomplete. Man, he never caught it.
Man, what a great hit.
He smoked him right as he got to the football. Good look at that in the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. Great play.
And that was smart play, too. They waited till everybody got back, and then they tried to go up underneath, and he saw it, went up there and met him right when he got the ball.
How about this? We have Noah McReynolds coming out, the senior kicker. This has got to be the longest field goal we've maybe ever seen attempted here at Ray since we've been doing this. This is about a 46-yarder. This is really long in high school football. Spot down. Kick is up. It's just short. It was right on line, but landed just in the back of the end zone, short-hopped on the pole. And so a good drive for the Irish, but ends up getting nothing.
Wow, that was and excellent with the defense. Kind of a little nervous there for me at the first, but they really bucked up and strengthened up and stopped it when they needed to. So it's great. No points. They hopefully can go down, score another touchdown, and just keep it out in front.
I'm a little surprised at the field goal there, honestly. I kind of thought they might just go for it. I mean, I know 4th and 9 is not easy, but we saw him pick up a 3rd and 9 earlier. But obviously, this late in the year, you probably know what your kicker can do. But left it short, and the Racers get a big stop, and they'll get the football back at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'd have to be a little surprised, too. 46 in high school.
That's a long kick, and it's kind of breezy. It's not the windiest game we've done by any means, but it's a little breezy out here, a little chilly.
He would have had to get under that with 1.5 legs.
That's a boot. So Racers take over at the 20. This is where all missed field goals come to in high school football. Run for Bradford. We'll go to the right side for about 5. Ball came out the very end, but he was down.
Number 5, TJ Bradford.
5-yard pickup on 1st down, and again, you'll take that every single time.
Every time. It just kind of gets them in, brings the defense in, looking for the run, and kind of can open up the sides around the ends and the passing game.
2nd down and 5. Ooh. They got a couple of guys to jump there. Hard count. We've seen Newcastle be really good at this forever.
Well, and I got to give it there, number 74, Colby Lee. He kind of motioned to him, said, "You got me." He just kind of waved his hand like, "Yeah, you got me."
So the penalty will move the sticks. It was really close, but by the nose of the football, they get the 1st down off the penalty. So 1st and 10. Shanuel. He will fake the handoff and keep it. Not a lot of room there. Good job by the Irish collapsing on him. He'll get about a yard.
Well, and I was surprised they didn't whistle that earlier. They kind of let that keep going. Maybe they thought he was going to sneak out of it or something.
So it sets up 2nd down and 9. Those hard counts, I mean, we've seen for going back to Andrew Schumar, quarterback, obviously then Jackson Burt, and now Jackson Shanuel. They coach it up here, obviously.
It's in the playbook.
Yeah.
From the Newcastle 31-yard line.
2nd and 9 after the 1-yard run on 1st down. Shanuel will fake the handoff, fire to Heskew at the 36. Breaks one tackle, gets forward for another yard. Rex Heskew, the reliable go-to wide receiver for this offense. You put it anywhere near him, he's usually going to catch it.
And I've noticed the receivers this year are doing that. They'll catch it and take kind of a step left or right, kind of get out of the way of that immediate tackle, and then try and get an extra yard or two.
So we do have a flag down on this one. Didn't catch it, all the bodies, but there's a flag down at right about the 30. See what the call is here.
They're saying an eligible man downfield.
Yeah, eligible man downfield. Okay.
An eligible man downfield on the Racers.
And you know that's got to leave a sore spot after last week.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well.
So if you're not familiar, last week there was a pass that looked like it was about 2 yards behind the line, and they called an eligible receiver downfield. So
So that one gets wiped out. Can't tell you. Obviously, there was no debate if that was a forward pass or not, but
Right,
no question if or a pass beyond the line of scrimmage, I should say. But it wipes it out. So now you got 2nd and long, 2nd and 14, we'll call it. Shanuel rolls out to his right. Nowhere to go. He's going to just fire it near side to Schumard. And that's going to lose. Oh, no, not lose. He'll gain about 2 on that. But a 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, their defensive backs are doing a real good job getting their hands on the receivers, kind of bumping them and pushing them and such. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but they're doing a good job kind of getting them out of their rhythm.
So now 3rd and long, we'll see how aggressive Coach Brickman and the Racers want to be here offensively, if they try to throw it down there or just try to get some of these yards back and then punt. We'll see. Looks like they're going to be aggressive based off the formation here. 5 wide with T.J. Bradford splitting out toward the top.
Wow.
Shanuel drops back. Some pressure coming on his right. He'll step to his left and fire down the middle of the field. Ooh. And he just overshot his man. That was Santorio Boykins, the intended target. Just missed him a little long, and the Racers will be stymied for the first time. They'll have to punt.
Yeah, he was running out of time back there. Their number 11, Aiden Monagold, he was back there almost immediately on a good rush. So they had to get rid of that one a little faster, I think, than he wanted to.
So the Racers will punt for the first time tonight.
Back to punt for the Racers.
It's going to be Madrano doing the honors. Brian Madrano handles kickoffs and punts. Some pressure coming. Does a good job to get that one off. A good punt. He fielded at the 41-yard line by A.J. Twombly.
Returned by number 1, A.J.
And the Irish will set up with good field position on their own 42, 133 to go in the first quarter. That's a big stop for Bishop McGuinness. After missing that field goal, and you felt like the Racers, with the way they moved the ball the first time, if they go down and score again, obviously a ton of game to go, but now you're really behind it. Big stop there for McGuinness. They needed that.
Yeah, you do not need a 2-touchdown deficit.
No.
With either team.
So McGuinness offense back out there. Had a good first drive, running the ball very well, but then had just a couple of runs that got bottled up, forced them into a 3rd and long, couldn't complete the pass, and then tried the long field goal, which didn't connect. And so we'll see what they do the second time here. We mentioned Military Appreciation Night. They just asked anybody who served to stand up and get a ovation here at Racer Stadium. You know what I realized, too, when we talk about the Armed Forces jerseys that they didn't wear this year? We never had the pink flags either. That must be a thing of the past.
That's fine with me. I tell you, I couldn't stand them because everybody wore
They're much harder to see for whatever reason.
Everybody wore pink towels, pink socks,
true.
And pink this and that, and then you have pink flags. It's crazy.
The yellow just pops. You see anything yellow, you're like, boom.
Yep. There's a penalty.
So 1st and 10 on their own 42. 1:33 to go in this opening quarter. Newcastle leading Bishop McGuinness 7-0. Second possession of the night for McGuinness. Cochran, the quarterback, will give it on the first run, and there's a lot of room to this right side. That's a first down and then some. Breaking tackles inside the 40 for J.R. Fletcher. There was a lot of space over there, and he's going to make the most of that every time.
Yeah, that was a great run. Great blocking. I watched one guy try to cut in, and one blocker hit him into another blocker. And they're doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage.
So a big run puts them 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. So right back in business here is the McGuinness offense. 1st and 10. Handoff up the gut, back to Fletcher. And just a good job just keeping the legs moving. There wasn't really a lot of space there. He kind of just kept the pile moving in and get about 5 yards out of it.
Right, if you're looking to be a running back, if you saw that, he just kept the feet going. You just keep the feet going till they go down.
Final 45 seconds of this opening quarter. Be 2nd and 5 now for the Irish.
Brings up 2nd and 6 for the Newcastle 34-yard line.
Cochran checking with his running back, Fletcher. Hand off to the left side. Got the lead blocker out in front of him. Fletcher does a good job getting inside the 30. Falls forward again inside the 25. This kind of looks very similar to their first drive.
It does.
Number 2, Fletcher.
And you got to give it, look there, big number 54 getting up from the stack. He was that lead blocker coming out there and hit about 3 people. So I want to really just give it up to him. Number 54, Nick House.
Great name.
Great football
Great
name.
offensive line name, especially. So 1st and 10 at the 24. Clock winding down in this first quarter. The play clock and game clock are almost synced. They don't actually quite have to snap. It looks like they're going to, though. First down. Cochran will keep up the middle. Cut back move. Shoestring tackle made by the Racers. That was Heskew, but not before Cochran got down near the 15. I think he might be just short of a first down, but it's going to be second down in just about a yard. Whenever we start the second quarter, after 1, Newcastle 7, Bishop McGuinness 0, but the Irish are on the move and in business. Second quarter after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Carson Wade on the production, Ash Kowal's working the camera for us. Great to have Ash back for a week. Ash filling in for Uriah Martinez, who does a great job all season long. Uriah will be back next week, but we called in the reserves with bringing Ash back, obviously, who was our camera guy. How long has it been? A few seasons ago.
Yeah, it was our first year.
Yeah,
our first year.
In second,
the first 2 years, yeah.
So good to have him back. Cool that he stepped in for us. So what do you think about the first quarter, though, Billy? I mean, obviously, Racers got to a great start, but both teams are kind of running the ball at will right now. If you don't shoot yourself in the foot, both teams are really running it at a high clip right now.
Well, and they're both playing about the same intensity. I haven't seen anybody kind of step up over the other one or take momentum.
Right.
You're almost looking at mirror images. So
it'll be second down and 1 for the Irish at the 15-yard line when we resume play here to start this second quarter. The running back is Schaefer next to Cochran. on this 2nd down and 1. And they'll give it to him here on the right side. Bouncing out, cuts back. He will get the first down. Not by much, but he did get it. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish at about the 14-yard line.
And that was a great job. I don't know if you could see it. You had Burchett stop in a hole he's wanting to take, so he went to take another one. He had Aiden Elcision step into that hole, so he couldn't really go anywhere. Held him there to just a couple of yards.
So it's a 1st and 10. They gave him the 13-yard line, it looks like. So can get another first down here before the end zone. Schaefer still the running back next to Cochran here on 1st and 10. They will go to him. He's got some room to the left side. Cut back to the corner of the pylon. Touchdown. Jet Schaefer, senior running back, scores it from 13 yards out. And the Irish are an extra point away from tying it up here in Newcastle.
Well, and they kept running it to the middle, and you kind of get used to that. And then they took it outside and just had a defensive back and a receiver out there. Good blocking by the receiver. Kept him away from him. So it looks like it's going to be another game like last week where one scores, the next scores, and we may be just waiting on who scores at the end.
All runs on that drive for McGuinness. Didn't put it in the air once.
And
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They run right down the field. Extra point from McReynolds is up and through. And with 11:15 to play until halftime, we are all square. McGuinness 7, Newcastle 7 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bishop McGuinness 7.
Back at Racer Stadium on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Tied up 7-7 after the Irish go down the field. 13-yard touchdown run by Jet Schaefer evens it up. Make sure we thank our second quarter sponsor as the teams get back out there for this kickoff. Contemporary Family Dentistry, one of our oldest sponsors. The number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street. Give them a call, 405-387-9300. So the kickoff here for McGuinness, right down the center of the field, will be pulled in inside the 5 by Longman. He'll take it to the left side. Does a good job avoiding the initial push, but McGuinness crashes down on him, and he'll be taken down right about the 20. There's a flag down. Didn't see what this would be. Typically a hold, but you never know.
Right over that area, he was talking to a player for Newcastle, and usually they'll mark if it's against somebody else. But
that's a block in the back on the Racers. So they're going to be backed up here to start this drive. Key spot, right? I mean, great first drive for Newcastle. Second drive stalled out, and now McGuinness went down, and they were retaliated. You know, they tied this thing up. Got to kind of find a way to get the momentum back on your side now.
Absolutely. And one thing you said during the break there, they went down and scored without throwing a single pass.
Right.
And so that's some adjustments that they're going to have to make on defense, stopping that. It's one of the things we talked about the first of the game. You've got to make them have to pass for it.
So that block in the back goes half distance to the goal, back to the 10. So Racers are backed up in their own end here as they start their third drive of the night. Shaniel pass out in the flat is caught by Longman. Does a good job cutting back. He's got the speed. Breaking tackles, Caden Longman. First down and then some. Well, that play looked like it wasn't going to go hardly anywhere. Ends up getting about 18 off of it.
That was a matrix run right there. I don't know how he didn't touch the turf right there. But that gets you out there where you need to get away from that blue area.
About 5 different white jerseys surrounded Longman. He just found a way to get into the open space. Gets 18 on that. First down, gets him some breathing room, too. Handoff, Bradford up the gut. Right side, bouncing off a tackler, and there he goes. Bradford tackle from behind. Boy, it felt like he had just gotten it going.
Yeah.
Either way, it's another big run for Bradford, and in 2 plays, the Racers are out to the 44.
Yeah, and it looks like they're making some adjustments, too, kind of switching it up, trying to make McGuinness guess what they're going to do next.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line. 3 wide set for Shanuel. The running back still Bradford. He'll get it again, and he'll dive forward for about 4 or so.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him 4 yards. He did a good job of stopping. We were talking about that, how he just stops and shifts. He did a good job of that on the line.
And what Bradford's doing so great right now is even on these run plays where there's not really a lot of space, he's still finding a way to wiggle forward and get 3, 4, 5 yards out of it. And the Racers are going to take their second time out here. Can't take them with you, I suppose. So they'll take their second, make sure everybody's on the same page here with 10:15 to go until halftime.
Well, and you got to think this is an important series for Newcastle. You know, if they don't score and have to turn the ball over, then it's going to give McGuinness a chance to go ahead at halftime and take some of that momentum. And so I think it's a good idea. Kind of talk to your team, get them together, let them know what you're seeing.
Well, while we got a break in the action here, I want to remind everyone to tune in to the Newcastle Racers Coaches Show on Tuesday nights at Luigi's. We enjoyed our great pregame Luigi's here at Racer Stadium before the game. Always elite. So good. That pesto pasta is my favorite. And they host the Newcastle Racers Coaches Show every Tuesday night. The great Gene Reed hosts, 6:30 on Tuesdays. And Luigi's, dedicated to the memory of their grandfather, installed in the family a love of Italian food. Family-owned, provided exceptional service, and unforgettable experience. We look forward to welcoming you to our family table. 3 locations in Yukon, Chickasha, and, of course, in Newcastle, 4615 Southwest 179th Street, right off the highway. You see it right when you go by. Great food, and they take care of us on Tuesday nights with the Newcastle Rangers Coaches Show. So be sure to tune in or get out there in person. Second down, Shanuel faked the handoff and keeps it himself, and Big Jackson Shanuel, real tough when he gets the full head of steam going. He moves the sticks, first down to the 45.
Yeah, he is the biggest guy on the offense height-wise, and I think just muscle-wise, he is hard to bring down, and I've seen defenses all year have trouble with that.
So first and 10 to the 45. Racers offense back on the move here as they cross midfield. Handoff Bradford. Piles his way forward for about 4 more again.
It's incredible. He ducks down like that, and you just see his head pop out the other side. You don't know how he did it.
And again, I'm sounding like a broken record, but 4 or 5 yards on first. That gets the whole set of downs is on schedule when you do that. And that's what they've done really well tonight. Second and 6. Shanuel faked the handoff. He'll keep it. Right side, got some room. Does a good job to push forward for another 4 or so. Sets up a 3rd and short.
Well, and you saw right there the defense is now having to start kind of spying on him. You had a guy just keeping an eye on him, moving with him. So that should open it up for somebody else as well.
3rd down and 2. 37-yard line, got to get to the 35. Ooh, couple Irish move just a bit. If you don't make contact, it's not a penalty. Assuming you get back. 3rd and 2. Bradford up the middle. Didn't get it by much, but he did get it. It's a first down to the 34. Keep the sticks moving.
Well, and you see right there, that's what you need. You look at the linemen that are getting up, that are out there by the ball, that got away from that last line of scrimmage. That's what you need to see all night from this line. There's the monsters moving forward on the defense.
So the first and 10 for Newcastle up to the 34 as we move under 9 minutes to play until halftime. Shanuel, he'll drop back and pass here. A rare pass in this game. All kinds of time. Fires over the middle of the field. Incomplete. Well, it's a good thing Caden Longman also plays defense because he became the defender on that one, as that was well read by Jake Grantham, senior DB for the Irish. He stepped in front of that, almost had a big interception.
Yeah, I think Shanuel held on to that one just a little bit too long, and need to get those out there a little faster where the defense isn't able to catch up.
Heck of a pocket, though.
Yes.
We'll say that. He had all kinds of time. But good coverage by McGuinness on the back end. Didn't leave him anywhere to go. 2nd and 10. They'll fake the hand to Bradford on the flat to Longman. Does a good job to scoop that. And he tripped up from behind, gets inside the 30. Boy, I thought that wasn't going to. I thought that was going to short hop in. I don't know how he got his hands under that. Ended up getting about 5 yards.
They stretched. It was incredible. I didn't think he was going to catch it either. I thought the official was going to call it down or incomplete.
I think a couple of coaches on the McGuinness sideline were saying that ball hit ground. I honestly could not tell at all from our angle.
We'd have to see through him.
Nevertheless, it's a 5-yard gain. Sets up 3rd and 5 at the 29. Gotta figure 4-down territory at this spot, so I would think a run certainly on the table. And there you go. Fake it. Shaniel keeps it. Cuts back. 1st down and more. Big bodied right near the 20. And that's going to be another 1st down for the Racers into the Trinity Restoration red zone.
Yeah, great run right there. I have to give it to number 1 there, Cody Nix, out there ahead of everybody.
So 1st and 10 right at the 20. Newcastle on the move, trying to get their lead back after McGuinness went down and tied it up. 1st and 10. Shaniel faked the run. He'll pump fake it. Now he'll just keep it and get a few. Mentioned the Trinity Restoration red zone. Trinity Restoration and Construction has been providing quality construction services for over 20 years. Their team has completed a wide variety of projects, including commercial buildings, residential homes, and industrial facilities. They pride themselves on attention to detail and commitment to customer satisfaction. Give them a call, 405-695-7040. Shaniel got about 3 on that 1st down run.
Well, and I think that was a smart one to him. I think that was supposed to be a pass out there, but the defense came up on him expecting the pass, so he just kept it and got about 3 or 4 yards out of it.
Got a QB switch here. Caden Longman in the game. Racers obviously will do this regularly, get the different look with Longman. He'll pump, fake the handoff, and try to bounce outside. Now he loses it. It's a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Irish. That's Jace Weeks who falls on it. That play never had a shot from the start. McGuinness was all over it. Longman nowhere to go outside, tried to cut it back, and then it just got punched loose, and Weeks jumped on it.
Yeah, that was just I don't know why they switched quarterbacks. That's just one of those untimely things you did not want to do.
So the fumble by Longman, a huge play for McGuinness when it looked like Newcastle was well on the move and well on their way to getting the lead back. A massive turnover, and one of those spots you circle as this game goes on. That feels like a big momentum shifter, potentially, as McGuinness gets the ball back on their own 26. First and 10, Cochran will give it to Fletcher. Fletcher left side. Boy, didn't look like he had much there, but found a way to run through some arm tackles and get up to about the 38-yard line. Good run on 1st down for Fletcher.
Yeah, it was a real good run, and it looked like they had him trapped in there, but he just kept the feet churning, kept going.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 3 for this McGuinness offense. Cochran will go back to Fletcher, right side. Just a good job avoiding the initial contact there and bounce out, gets out across the 40. Boy, he is so tough. A couple of these run plays, it feels like Newcastle's in position, like they crash down in the gap. The running lane gets squeezed up, but then he does a good job just bouncing outside, breaking a tackle, and all of a sudden you look up, he's got 5, 6, 7 more yards.
Well, what's incredible is he'll stop. He'll run, stop as it closes, and then runs around it. Smart runner.
1st and 10 at the 41 as we near the midway point of this 2nd quarter. They'll go on the ground again here up the gut and getting about 4 or 5 more. That was Tom Watts, senior tight end, getting a handoff there.
Yeah, that was Big Todd Smith getting off of him there. So you know he felt that
That was a
one.
big collision. Those are both 2 big guys. You can kind of feel the reverberations off that one up here.
Brings up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard carry.
45-yard line.
Cochran will give it to Schaefer, who had the touchdown run earlier. Bounces left side, and he's going to get the 1st down across midfield. Maybe just short. It's close. If it's not a 1st down, it's 3rd and less than 1.
Yeah, third and a few grass blades there.
I think he is being called just short. And they might measure this. The officials are kind of talking about it like, do we need to measure that? And they're going to say 1st down.
Yeah.
It was close.
It was.
But they're going to give it to him. 1st down at the Racer 49-yard line. Boy, this McGuinness rushing attack is just devastating right now.
They're just so big. Just really big.
1st and 10 at the 49. Tie game at the moment. McGuinness trying to change that. Cochran run here to the right side. This is Schaefer. Initial Push wasn't there, and the Racers blow that one up. Trey Burchett was trailing him, cleaned up by Jackson Shanuel. Heskew also in there on that. That was well read by the Racers. But they've done that a few times where they've had a hard time corralling the running back after that initial surge, but that time they did it, and it's a loss of 2.
Well, and you saw that continual pursuit. I think that's one thing that we're going to have to see, and one of the adjustments to make. Once a guy's in the position, you've got to continue pursuit because the one guy's not bringing him down.
2nd down and 12. Oh, almost a jump. He got back. You don't touch anybody, and there's no snap. It's no harm, no foul. 2nd and 12. Cochran will throw. Step up in the pocket, got a man wide open. It's caught. 1st down at the 40. Again, I spoke a little too soon. I think he's about a yard short. It was pulled in by Nate Steiner, number 6, and I think he's going to be short by about a yard. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Yeah, that's their second pass, and it's been to 6 every time. So
brings up 3rd and 1 from the Newcastle 40-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't seen Bishop McGuinness throw the ball too much, but when they do, it's those quick 8 to 10-yard routes, kind of curls, and it's been very effective. 3rd and 1. They'll go Schaefer, kind of a clunky handoff, but it's going to get the job done. Big hit, but not before he picked up the 1st down. El Cision in there on the hit, along with Scagnetti.
Brought down by number 16, Trey Burchett.
And 1st and 10 for McGuinness to the 37.
I'm really just trying to think. I mean, they're just running it up the middle, maybe just off guard a little bit. They're going to have to make some adjustments.
They're passing just often enough and successful enough to keep you off balance. 1st and 10, run here to the right side. That time, again, nowhere to go. First time we've really seen Fletcher get bottled up all day. As the Racers crashed on that right side, he had nowhere to go and lost a yard.
Well, and they tried to run that one around the end, and I think you've got the Vipers. They're a little bit too fast cutting off that end. They're having the most success right up the middle.
2nd down and 11, final 3 minutes of the first half.
Oh.
That's a false start. That'll hurt you.
Yep.
And that'll make it 2nd and 16. And this is what McGuinness has done a really good job. Newcastle, too, staying ahead of the chains. Haven't had a ton of penalties in this game. Not a lot of big negative plays.
No.
But now they're going to be stuck in a spot where they're going to have to probably throw it at least a little bit, you'd think. 2nd down and 16.
Yeah, I definitely put 2 guys over here on Steiner. Is that what you said, number 6, Steiner?
Yeah.
I definitely have a couple of guys over here because I haven't even seen him sniff at number 1 up top.
Brings up 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16 after the false start penalty. Cochran will give it to Fletcher left side. Bobs and weaves his way forward. There's another late flag coming at the end. Fletcher ended up getting about 7 on that, but we'll see what the penalty is.
Let's see here.
McGuinness sideline doesn't seem to be a fan of it, which is a
walking,
good sign for the black and blue.
They're walking backwards.
Wait for the official signal here, but it looks like this play is coming back.
That has to be hard for the receivers. You know, the receivers are blocking, considering the runner's going to go a certain way. When he goes back another way, it's hard not to get your hands caught in there on the jersey.
And it is a hold on the Irish, so this drive, which was obviously looking very promising, has gotten bit by a couple of penalties here, plus that 1st down run, which got closed off. And now you've got 2nd and a lot. What is this? 2nd and 26. Right about midfield, they got to get to the 27, so more like 23, I guess. Cochran will throw. He'll step up, does a little drop-off to the tight end, and he'll get up to about the 37, 38-yard line. That's Watts again, but it's going to set up a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, you're looking at the guy up there. I don't know who that was that put the hit on him. You got to grab him. I'm very fortunate he didn't spin out of that and keep running.
So at the 43-yard line, got to get to the 28. So call it 4th and 15, or 3rd and 15, excuse me. Big spot for the Racers to try and get off the field, get their offense back out there here with still a couple of minutes to work with. Cochran, he'll drop back to throw. Good clean pocket again. He'll fire down the sideline. One-on-one down there. Knocked away. That's Caden Longman with a good pass breakup. He read that one all the way and broke it up. And the Irish almost certainly will have to punt.
Well, and what's really tough is they were all the way down there at the 37-yard line. They end up all the way back here back at the 50, then able to get it up to the 43. They has a good momentum getting into the end zone. Now we have about 1:54 to go on offense.
Racers have one timeout to play with, so I'd imagine they'll probably be at least a little aggressive coming back to the way. We'll see. It might depend on the punt. Heskew back to do the honors of the punt return. McReynolds will boot it for the Irish. It's a high punt. Fair catch signaled and pulled in at about the 14-yard line. So 1:47 to go until halftime. Racers started this game with the ball, so Bishop McGuinness will get it to start the second half. Billy, how aggressive are you being here? Are you going to try and push it, or are you going to be a little conservative and maybe get to halftime still tied?
Well, last week they scored on 2 plays. They went from the 19-yard line, so about 5 yards, 4 yards back behind that. I'd probably get a little bit more aggressive, maybe some runs out here. I don't know that I would go and pass, although they're going to have to stop the clock. But I think I'd be a little more aggressive right here.
McGuinness has got all 3 of their timeouts as well, so you might see Coach Ryan Stringer use his timeouts here, too, to try and get the ball back, because they're backed up. So even if you get 3 out here and have to punt, you're going to be in decent shape back to the way. But we'll see how both coaches choose to play this. They're going to throw on first down. Shaniel far side. It's caught just short of the sticks. But because of that second effort, he's going to lose about 5 yards on that he would have had. That was Centurio Boykins, who caught it at about the first down marker and then got pushed back. But because he started back forward, it goes to that spot. So kind of an unfortunate break there.
Yeah, and he stayed in bounds.
Which might not be the worst thing, depending on what happens. You might want to work clock. It's not really clear yet. 1:15 to play until halftime. 2nd and 5. Newcastle taking their time. Shaniel will throw again. He'll step up, fire, far side man wide open is Heskew, and he'll get out of bounds at the 36.
Good job. That's a great throw. That's about,
that's a long throw, yeah.
I was counting 1,001, 1,002, 1,003.
That was from one hash mark pretty much all the way to the opposite sideline. Right on him, though, and he got out of bounds with 1:04 to go on the 36. Racers got a little something cooking here, trying to get the lead back. Fake the handoff. Shaniel will throw. Step up in the pocket. That was greatly done. Fire over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Boykins.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get his feet underneath that one.
Yeah.
But good job of getting out of there. I was a little surprised he didn't take off running.
It was really well done to step up in the pocket on that. Avoid that pressure. 57 seconds to work with. 2nd down and 10. On their own 36, 1 timeout for the Racers. See more Centurio Boykins than maybe all season.
Yeah.
Got a few more targets. He's out there again here on this play on 2nd down. Shaniel, a little shovel pass to Bradford. He's got a lot of room. Bradford cut back, and he'll try and carry a man to about the 45. I think he's going to be short. Now you're kind of in that no man's land of if you hurry too quick and don't get it, you're going to leave Bishop McGuinness with time.
Yeah, just make sure your guys get set.
36 seconds and counting. It's 3rd and 1. 1 timeout still to work with. They'll run it with Bradford, left side. He didn't get it.
Nope.
He's bottled up, and that's why you were probably a little hesitant to hurry too much, because that happens and you leave your opponent with time. And McGuinness takes the timeout with 23 seconds.
No, it said Newcastle took it.
Oh, okay, my mistake. You're right. Newcastle took it. I'm a little surprised by that.
I am too. That's why I said it. I was like, what?
I mean, it goes without saying that if you took that timeout, you're going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to take it otherwise. So the Racers, with 23 seconds, burn their last timeout. And they'll try and pick this up, and they have to go quick if they're going to try and get down and get into a potential field goal spot.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a Washington Commanders thing. Not from here.
Boy, how great was that?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Shaniel's got the arm for it, though. He could get it down there. So 23 seconds, 4th and 1. I'm curious to see what the play call is here. I would think you probably still run the football, try to pick this up. Clock will stop while they reset the chains, and you get up and either spike it real quick or already maybe right now call that play right now. Here's what we're doing after the run, and just get up there and run as quick as you can.
I think that's a good one to have a run option where he can either hand it off or go himself. I think if Shaniel just goes straight forward, they're not going to be able to stop him before he gets that 1 yard.
Yeah, 4th and short yardage with Big Jackson Shaniel is just asking a lot for a defense to stop.
That's right. Just timber, and he's got a first down.
So we'll see. It's right at the 45. Got to get to the 46.
Hope you enjoyed that song.
We're a little close to the speaker.
Yes.
4th and 1 at the 23-second mark left to play in this first half. Shanuel, he doesn't always hurt to do that hard count. You could do that as well. You could try go for the hard count, never snap it. Oh, there you go. I was going to finish that thought. I was going to say you could go for the hard count. If you don't get them to jump, take the delay of game and punt. And now they almost certainly will punt after that full start. Is going to back them up. So Racers will boot this away.
Yeah, there goes Medrano right there out there.
We'll never know if they actually would have snapped that or not. The false start would certainly imply that they would.
Yes.
But who knows? So the Racers will have to punt this away, and they'll be looking to get to halftime still tied. And we'll see now on the flip side how aggressive McGuinness wants to be. They will have all their timeouts, but not a lot of clock to work with. High snap. Medrano pulls it in and gives it a nice boot. Well, that's another nice punt by Medrano. And it'll be fair caught at the 25-yard line with 15 seconds.
Yeah, they're wanting a 15-yarder because he called a fair catch.
Yeah, he didn't hit him, but he did put his hands on him, which, that's kind of one of those, it depends on the ref things.
Right.
Like, by the letter of the law, I think that probably should be called.
Well, and I believe that he's a sophomore, and so that may just a little time with the coach will take care of that.
Yeah, got away with it. So 15 seconds. They're on their own 25. You do have all your timeouts. Maybe take one shot. A little risky.
I think you're going to have to get it down to about the Newcastle 45 or 40 to be able to.
I feel like McGuinness, you get the ball, start the second half. I probably wouldn't push my luck here too much if it was me, but they do have 4 wide here, so we'll see what they do. Cochran, little QB draw. This is the right kind of call for me. Cochran to the right side, cuts back across the 40, down to the 43, and there you go. Now they will take a timeout, but that used a lot of time. There's only 5 seconds left.
Number 16, Trey Burchett.
Yeah, I don't know how much that helps you with 5 seconds.
You might, I don't know. I'll say you might be able to get a throw over the middle of the field and try to take a timeout and try another long field goal. But you only got 5 seconds. That's asking a lot.
Well, to get it far enough down to do it, it's going to take at least 4 seconds.
They tried a 46-yarder earlier, and it came up short.
Right.
So you would figure probably no longer than that would you be willing to try.
Now, I just don't know if you can get a pass down here to the 30-yard line or 25-yard line in 5 seconds.
Stick with us at the half. We'll let the Newcastle band perform here at Racer Stadium. And then, of course, Billy and I will rejoin for the tail end of the halftime break to give you some scores from around the state tonight. A loaded Friday night of high school football all across the great state of Oklahoma. We'll get you all ready for the second half and what's shaping up to be an exciting finish here.
Yes.
As these two teams are absolutely battling for these first couple quarters.
Yeah, I think that the players are looking forward to halftime as much as the coaches. You're seeing all the players hands on the hips.
Yeah.
They've been hitting and playing pretty hard out here.
It's been an unusual half because I feel like both teams, and specifically both offenses, probably feel like they left some on the table.
Right.
Like you kind of watch this half and you feel like the offenses have been more successful than 7-7.
Yes.
So we'll see what tweaks can be made and see what happens in the second half. We've done plenty of games that the first half is one thing and the second half is something completely different.
That's right.
So we'll see. So here comes McGuinness again. They're on the 43. No penalties here is going to be the key for Newcastle. The last thing you need to extend this half. Should be the final play of the half. Cochran steps up. He will fire, and the pass is caught at the 32, but it's going to end the half as the 5 seconds ticked off. It was a good throw and a good catch by Andrew Harris, but the Racers were willing to give that up. They were playing back. Just don't give up anything down the field. And that'll take us to halftime.
And I believe he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it, about a yard past
He was close,
so,
but no harm, no foul.
No foul, yeah.
That'll end the first half. A very fun and competitive first half. A lot of good running the football, good defense, some big mistakes on both sides for drives that look promising. And after 24 minutes of football, we're all tied up 7-7. 7. All right, Bill and I will step aside here. The Newcastle band is heading out to the field as we speak, so we'll let them perform here at Racer Stadium, and then Bill and I will rejoin you, get some scores from around the state tonight, and we'll also get you all ready for the second half as the Racers and the Fighting Irish all knot up 7 apiece at the end of 2. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Generator for your home.
Now entering the field, the Newcastle Racer Band. The Racer Band is led onto the field by drum majors Caden Lewis and Abby Barnes. The Racer Band is under the direction of Mr. Ryan Siebert and Miss Whitney Callan. Additional staff includes Luke Baker, Jake Thompson, and Kendrick Brown. Drill written by Dr. Genevieve Craig, music arranged by Mr. Mark Miller, choreography by Emily Perkins. The Racer Band would like to thank their 2024 and 2025 Now entering the field, the Newcastle Racer Band. The Racer Band is led onto the field by drum majors Caden Lewis and Abby Barnes. The Racer Band is under the direction of Mr. Ryan Siebert and Miss Whitney Callan. Additional staff includes Luke Baker, Jake Thompson, and Kendrick Brown. Drill written by Dr. Genevieve Craig, music arranged by Mr. Mark Miller, choreography by Emily Perkins. The Racer Band would like to thank their 2024 and 2025 sponsors, OEC Electric and Fiber, Titan AVL, Hideaway Pizza, Mathis Home, Scooters Coffee, the McCullough Family, Russell Lewis LLC, Lewis and the McCullough Estate Attorneys, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Sooner State Bank, Harmony Health, Contemporary Family Dentistry, and Cassie Brock. Thank you for your support. Our 2024 program is titled Stellabration, featuring the music of J.S. Bach, Bernard Herrmann, Danny Elfman, Andrew Gold, and Bobby Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. It's going to be a spectacular celebration of rattling rib cages and music to die for. We are proud to present drum majors Caitlin Lewis and Abby Barnes and the Newcastle Racer Band.
At this time, we would like to recognize our Newcastle Racer Band. Our talented band members have truly shined, finishing as finalists at every contest they entered, competing against over 50 high school bands. They proudly claimed 11th and 8th places in their final appearances, showcasing their incredible skill and dedication. Just last Tuesday, the Racer Band earned straight superior ratings at the OSSAA Regional Marching Contest, the highest honor awarded to marching bands in Oklahoma. Let's not forget their amazing recognition as a fan favorite at the Tri-City Marching Showcase last week. Tonight marks the Racer Band's final performance of the season and a bittersweet farewell for our incredible seniors. Let's show them our support and enthusiasm as they take the field one last time this year. Give it up for your Newcastle Racer Band.
You can't choose when injuries happen, but you can choose to get immediate treatment without visiting the ER. Orthostat knows that minutes matter. That's why we provide same-day care 7 days a week, no appointment needed. Orthostat's experienced orthopedic specialists are ready to treat injuries, muscle sprains, broken bones, and more. We're located in Norman, just off I-35 on Tecumseh Road. Don't wait for an appointment. Visit Orthostat. To learn more, visit ouchorthostat.com.
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
right, Oklahoma. Storm season's here. The best way to be prepared is pairing up with the A-Team.
It's a big tornado on the ground. A lot of debris.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway on hand, joined alongside by my partner in crime, Billy Collier. Carson Wade on the production, Ash Kowal's running camera for us tonight. Just about ready to get the second half started between Newcastle and Bishop McGuinness. A very entertaining first couple of quarters. We're all knotted up 7 apiece. Should be a fun finish. Billy, before we get into the second half here, go through some scores around the state tonight in 5A to start. Some games of note on our airwaves, a battle of OSN teams. Lawton leading Altus 14-7 at the break in that one. My thing has frozen. You might have to bail me out. Might have to bail me out.
Well, looking at some scores around the state, Kingfisher.
I'm back. I'm back. You can go ahead. Though.
Kingfisher is beating Anadarko at Kingfisher 10-6. Hinton is beating Cashion at Cashion 10-6. They're in the third quarter. Let's see here some other ones that you might be curious about. Tuttle is blanking Chickasha at Chickasha 42-0.
My goodness.
And so they've got a good team going. Elgin Clinton battle. You have Elgin. It's in Elgin, but you have them blanking Clinton 28-0.
Elgin, man, we know firsthand a buzzsaw,
a machine, just
gonna win
unconscious.
4A. Yeah.
So let's see here some others that are taking place here.
I got some other 5A ones I can get you. Let's see here. Lawton MacArthur in our district, 32-3 on top of Southeast. We'll see Southeast Spartans here at Racer Stadium next Friday night. Duncan and Classen SAS 37-0 in favor of the Demons in that one. On our airways, Carl Albert leads Guthrie 22-0. That's a rematch of that classic game last year, 22-0. El Reno leads Noble 10-7. That's a big game that could determine who we see in the playoffs. That's in District 2. El Reno leading that one 10-7. Another big one in elsewhere in 5A. Del City leading Claremore at the break 20-14. Those are two really good teams as well there in 5A. If you had any other ones, feel free to throw them out.
Yeah, my alma mater, Moore, is beating Edmond North at halftime 35-7. And your alma mater, Owasso, is beating Norman North 36-20.
Having a great year. Great year, Owasso. Oh, they can keep it rolling. As far as our game here, Billy, we get ready to start the second half. What's the key for you? I mean, the Racers did a lot of good things, shot themselves in the foot, that killer fumble. But, at the end of the day, you're in a tie game. You're in your building. You got to still feel pretty good.
Well, they've got to do something to stop Fletcher. They have got to do something. J.R. Fletcher has, I think, had one negative yard run tonight, and they've got to do something to stop him. And they're running because it is wearing them down. A lot of Newcastle players playing both sides of the ball. That is wearing them out trying to stop him. So they're going to have to figure something out with that. Other than that, they're, like you said, no mistakes, no fumbles, no penalties, if they're going to come back and win this game.
Second half kickoff presented by First United Bank. Our third quarter sponsor is OEC, the Oklahoma Electric Cooperative. Taking high-speed fiber where no one else will. No contracts, no fees, just a good connection. Bringing you the power of high-speed fiber services to your door. Check them out at oecfiber.com. As we start the second half, Medrano's kickoff will go into the end zone. And the Fighting Irish will open up with a touchback to start this second half. Feels like a big possession here.
Huge possession, and just got to show they can stop them. They've got to be able to stop them, keep them, limit them on runs. Again, just watching Fletcher just kind of run all over him in that first half is what's got me concerned.
So Cochran and this Bishop McGuinness offense will come out at the 20 to start. Like you said, a big first half for J.R. Fletcher, who just, it seems like every time he gets the ball, you're just holding your breath defensively right now. Just hope he doesn't break a long one. 1st and 10, they'll go right to him, to the left side. And there he goes, breaking that initial tackle. And that's what he's done so well. He ends up getting about 7. The Racers, I really feel like, have anticipated and played him quite well. They're having a hard time just getting him on the ground, which is obviously a big part of the equation.
Well, and they're blocking very good downfield and following their runners, and he's doing a good job following the blockers. But you're right. They get in position, then he will juke or something and take them out of position.
So a 7-yard run on first down for Fletcher sets up 2nd down and 3. On this opening possession of the second half. Glad you could be with us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. First Friday of November and a big game here. Winner this one moves to within 1 win of winning District 5A1. A lot on the line for these two squads. And we have a very early timeout taken by Bishop McGuinness here. So Coach Stringer's going to have to burn one just 47 seconds into the second half. Obviously, we'll see how that shakes out. That, we'll see if that is a factor later.
That could be huge. The way they're playing, if it's tied at halftime, you know it's going to be fairly close, or should be. That timeout may come back to bite him.
So an early timeout, and the McGuinness offense will talk things over. We have a break. I want to remind you to download all the Oklahoma Sports Network free apps. You can find them on Apple, Android devices. Free to download, free to watch. We have 12 schools, 13. I forgot because we added Bethany in the middle of the season. 13 schools on our network that you can watch completely for free all season long on OSN. Obviously, we have basketball season coming up. We still got a lot of meat on the bone with football, not looking ahead. We're about a month or so from a lot of hoops being on the airways soon, so great time. Download the OSN app and follow on all the social channels too, X, TikTok, Facebook, all that. OSN website as well, oksportsnet.com. Easiest way is to keep up and know what we have coming up, what's going to be airing on a day-to-day, especially in basketball season. It's important to check because it's not like football. It's like Friday night, basketball's a little more all over the place.
Right. Well, and you play, 2-3 games a week?
Sometimes you can. We air a bunch of tournaments on OSN, so games at weird times. So looking forward to basketball season. But we have a lot of football left to go. 2nd and 3. Fake the handoff to Fletcher. Cochran up the middle is hit and will push forward for a first down. QB keeper. Yeah, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Irish moving the sticks.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong run. They did a good job getting over there. I believe that was Barber that took him down over there on that side. But another strong run. So that's 2 runs, positive yards on both.
Tie game 7-7. Fake the handoff, throw over the middle, wide open is the tight end. That's big number 9, Tom Watts. We've seen him be a factor in the run game tonight, but that time right up the seam, nobody home in the middle of the field, and Cochran put it right on him for a first down out near midfield.
And I got to give it to Rex Heskew. He's tackling a guy that has him by about 8 to 10 inches and just chopped the wood down on his legs and brought him down.
So a good start to this drive for the Fighting Irish. 2 first downs, and they have it 1st and 10 on their own 47-yard line, trying to get their first lead of the night. Man in motion is Steiner, who's been really good tonight. Fake the handoff. Cochran's looking to throw. He'll fire over the middle of the field. Man, wide open, and he missed them. Right up the sideline was, guess who, Steiner. And Cochran, who's been very sharp tonight. They haven't asked him to throw it a lot, but when he has, he's been right on the money. But that time he just missed him.
Well, and that's one of the few times he was in a little bit of trouble back there. People getting close, footsteps around him. So I think he rushed that one a little bit where he had Steiner. If he'd have thrown it about 3 or 4 yards back, upfield, it would have got him.
Yeah, he found a soft spot in the Racer defense. He was just hanging out all by his lonesome, but they missed him, and a break for the Racers there. Here's Fletcher back on the ground, cutback move. He's hit, but he keeps the legs moving forward, and he's going to twisting his way for a first down.
Wow, and almost didn't go down then.
That looked like it was going to get 3 or 4 yards at most, but Fletcher, as he's done all night, just keeps the legs moving and spins his way down to the 43-yard line for a 1st and 10.
He must have some Pam sprayed on him or something.
So he slicked up.
He is hard to grab.
Been a huge night for J.R. Fletcher. 1st and 10 for McGuinness again as we run under 10 minutes to play here in the third.
Got Fletcher down here in the
slot. Yeah, good point. The running back is, again, the tight end, Watts, who's kind of been a tight end / fullback almost in this game. They're going to go QB keep with Cochran. Watts was his lead blocker to the left side, breaking through, and he's out near another first down. So this has been an excellent first drive of the second half for McGuinness. Can't ask for much more, but you got to keep it going and finish it, of course. But so far, so good.
Yeah, just hard runs. And they're blocking. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but their blocks are just sticking with them and pushing them around and manhandling them pretty well.
They do call that a first down, by the way. So it's 1st and 10 at the 33 of Newcastle. Can the Racer defense find a way to buckle down? Fake the handoff to Fletcher. Cochran will throw. Rolls out to the right, fires near side. Diving catch made by Steiner again. Great job leaving his feet. And then you notice the twisting of the body in the air to lay it on your back. Far easier to hang onto the ball that way. Very nicely done by Steiner. Close to a first down, but just short.
Yeah, that's a great catch by him. He's a real good receiver. Runs excellent routes from what I can see.
Yeah, he's getting open. 2nd and 1. They'll go to Watts, right side. Breaks through the initial tackle. He's into the red zone. Eventually pulled down. Heskew tripped him up. Burchett cleaned it up, but not before another first down. And Bishop McGuinness has got it 1st and 10 in the red zone, going right down the field to open up this second half.
And, boy, he's just running hard. I'm not even sure what I would say to do to get him stopped.
1st and 10 at the 17. Fletcher again to the left side. Cuts back.
Good cut.
Inside the 10, spinning down. That's going to be another first down, I believe. And there you had it again. Saying the same thing over and over, but went to the left side. Racers felt like they read that pretty well. He didn't really have a lot of room to work with, but then he just cuts back, and all of a sudden, boom, 10 yards.
Right, yeah, they're doing a great job of cutting off the outside. But then he's finding a gap, where they're overrunning it and running it back against the grain.
So they give him the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal right there for the Irish. Looking for a huge score here.
Wonder what they're going to do.
Have a hunch. They keep it with Cochran. Up the middle, forward, he's in. What a drive for Bishop McGuinness. Capped off with a 6-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Damon Cochran. And the Irish lead for the first time tonight.
Man, just tough running. Had a few passes there, but just running and running and running. And so they're going to have to make some adjustments on the defense to stop those runs because they're just going and going.
Like we mentioned before, they're throwing the ball just often enough and just successful enough that if you just load the box and try to totally play the run, that could burn you. But you're right. The way they're running the ball right now, you almost have to cheat a little. As the extra point is good, there is a flag at the tail end of this.
Yeah. You had a defensive guy jump over the line.
So the extra point's going to count. And with 8:11 to play in the third, McGuinness has got their first lead. They lead at 14-7 over Newcastle. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Fighting Irish got their first lead of the night. A 6-yard touchdown run by quarterback Damon Cochran caps off what was a dominant drive for Bishop McGuinness. Did they ever even see a third down on that drive? If
No.
they did, it was maybe just one.
Or negative yards.
Right down the field. And with 8:11 to go in the third, they have their first lead. That penalty, by the way, on the extra point was a personal foul on the defense. So this McGuinness kickoff is going to come from the plus 45. So this is always a funny spot because the natural inclination is just to boot this thing through the end zone. But if you pooch it, you could pin them beat. Now, it's a little bit of a gamble, I guess. So we'll see how they play it. But not a great spot either way for the Racers here.
No, because you could kick it up real high, give your guys plenty of time to get down there. They only have to go about 40 yards. But
right,
let's see what happens.
You just
here.
kind of scoop it. You got a chance to, get down there and
Back deep for the Racers, number 13,
back them up
Alex
again.
Shumard, number 8, Caden
But a
Longman.
big drive coming for the Racers offense. Got to find a way to respond. They scored a touchdown on that first drive and have been held off the board since then. 1st and 10 following the pooch. And we come up and it's mishandled on the turf. And the Racers got it back. A near disaster right there as they went for the pooch kick. And Shumard came up and went right off his chest, but he was able to get back on it and avoid what would have been a back-breaking turnover. And Shumard's a little bit hobbled getting up.
Boy, that would have been
tough.
That would have given them the ball.
Worst case scenario. And now Shumard, like I said, still he's on his feet, but coming all slow. You can see it on the camera shot there. So hopefully he's all right. Just a stinger in the moment. Big drive here, Billy, for the Racers offense. Got to find a way to get some momentum back. Get down and try to get yourself in the end zone. You had a great drive going before halftime. And then the fumble down in the red zone. Just a gut punch.
Well, and I think they've had the success in just going down the field. No quicks, this or that, or fancy stuff. Just make up your mind and go.
So 1st and 10 on their own 17 is where they'll start it. Shaniel will fake the handoff and keep it up the middle. And a hard run up the gut for Big Jackson Shaniel. He'll get about 7 on that. And it sets up a 2nd down and short. Good play on 1st down, though, for the Racers.
Wonder if we're going to see a lot more Shaniel. I know we did that last week. It seemed like in the second half there was a lot of Shaniel running.
So call it a 2nd down and about 3 here. Shaniel will hand it to Bradford this time to the left side. Nothing there. Irish did a good job collapsing on that running lane. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. So now you have 3rd and 3 coming up, and feels like a really big play here in this game.
Yeah, I just tell you what, their defensive line is really holding up the offensive line. They're doing a good job. I think they just need to maneuver them, get some helmets on helmets, and push them back.
McGuinness faithful on their feet here. Good contingent made the short trip over to Newcastle, and they're being heard now on 3rd down and 3. Racers got to find a way to pick this up. 3rd down, handoff Bradford, he'll do it. 1st down for TJ Bradford right up the gut to the 29-yard line. And that's a big 1st down for the Racers. They needed that.
And I tell you what, you see about keeping the legs moving. He got hit right up in that thigh area, and his feet go in the air, and he's still running in the air. That's a great job. Good job. Had kind of a Billy
Cartoon.
Sims.
Yeah. 1st and 10 of the 29. A huge 1st down that the Racers really needed there. And we'll see if that can get them moving now down the field. 1st down. Fake the handoff. Shaniel up the middle again. He'll run hard. Pinball off a couple of guys and out near the 35. That'll go for about 6.
Yeah, they're just taking it right up that middle and hitting helmet on helmet and doing a great job.
This game's been pretty quick moving overall because of all the runs
Yeah.
and successful runs. We're already near the midway point here of the 3rd quarter. Shaniel, hand off to Bradford, right side. Breaks the tackle, he's got some room. Bradford 1st down. Oh, he went backwards like the Matrix, and he's across midfield.
Great run.
That was unbelievable.
That was a great run. That's something I've been waiting all night to see out of him.
He backpedaled for a couple of yards. That run looked like it was going nowhere, but TJ Bradford just making something happen. And the Racers are out near midfield. Or at midfield, I should say. 1st and 10. What a run by Bradford.
Oh, man. And
Midway point of the quarter.
Takes a lot of pressure off of Shaniel, too.
Yeah. See if they let Shaniel throw it around at all. They're going to keep it on the ground. They'll keep it on the ground for now. Bradford, left side, got near the first down marker.
That was a good cut. And you're starting to see the blockers, just like I mentioned earlier. You're starting to see the offensive line down by the runner, not behind him. So that's a good job.
Give him 9 yards on first down there. Sets up 2nd down and 1. Newcastle just running the ball right now, kind of doing exactly what Bishop McGuinness did on the other side. Fake the handoff. Shaniel QB keeper. Move the sticks again down to the 36.
And it looked like him and big number 8 just hit really hard. And I think Shaniel came out on the better end of that because number 8 there looks a little wobbly. That'd be Jace Weeks. So that was a good run by Shaniel. He saw a lot of his power right there.
Weeks is the one who recovered the big fumble earlier. Newcastle has it 1st and 10 to 36. All run plays so far. They're going to stick with it here, but this time McGuinness ready as Bradford nowhere to go on the right side. Look at all those white jerseys. Tackled by about 6 guys, and they might have lost a yard.
That's what it looks like. They're just giving him a yard. I'm glad about that because they rode him out about 6 yards past that.
So now for the first time this drive, Newcastle's behind the sticks. We'll see if that changes anything. Nobody's covering Caden Lawman here at the bottom. Now they notice it. McGuinness does. 2nd 11, Shaniel rolls out to his left. He'll fire wide open as Heskew. Nobody picked him up. He's down the sideline up near the red zone.
That was a great job. I don't know how he got out of there. Maybe it's on the Newcastle side and he blended in with the team, but he was wide open.
Nobody near him. Not a guy you want to lose if you're McGuinness. Heskew, the most sure-handed guy on this Racer offense.
Well, think about it over there. You got Longman and you got Heskew. Which one do you want to let off of?
1st and 10 to 22. Shaniel rolls out to pass to the right. Got some room. He's going to run. He's into the red zone. Shaniel do a little juke move. Tackle down about the 17 or 16. And the Racers are back into the Trinity Restoration red zone trying to tie this thing up.
Well, and this is the drive that they needed. They really needed to get going and put in, impose on them. So
Newcastle in business here, but it was right around this spot last time when disaster struck, and they finished the drive this time. As they have it 2nd and 5. Shaniel, handoff, Bradford up the middle, takes some contact. He got inside the 15. Think he's going to be just short of the first down, but should be a 3rd and about 1 at most here coming up.
That's all it looks like, about 1.5 down there. And I saw the hole from here. It looked like it'd be a good hole, and then it just closed up immediately.
Quickly to the line. 3rd and 1. Shaniel back to Bradford. He's got it. First down, upended, but he does pick it up just outside the 10-yard line. And it's going to be first and I don't think it's going to be 1st and goal. He's at about the 10.5. It's really close.
Oh, man.
10.5 we'll call it, so they can get a first down technically.
Well, that scared me.
Maybe the 11, somewhere in there. Shaniel will keep it up the middle, keeping the big legs moving. He's out near the 5. Late flag coming in.
Yeah, thrown right in there where the tackle was.
The last thing you need for Newcastle right now is a penalty. You've been moving down the field so well.
Or
there's a man down for Newcastle.
Looks like Shaniel.
Is it Shaniel? Yeah.
I believe so.
Believe it or not, it is. Oh, boy. Jackson Shaniel down, holding his shoulder. He's been so good tonight, especially on the ground in particular. Obviously, a great force on defense as well. Hopefully nothing major here.
He got up on
He's on his feet, and he jogs off, saying, hey, he kind of waved off. He had to look like, I'm not sure, you don't want to speculate on injuries or anything, but in a general sense, I thought he was favoring a shoulder, but then he kind of came up with a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up. Maybe he was kind of just in general beat up. I don't know.
Well, he looks like he got beat left and right, then up and then down, so let's hear.
Well, the penalty is a face mask on the Irish, so that's a huge call. Might have contributed to Shaniel's, being a little shaken up. I'm not sure. Hard to tell from here what exactly happened, but it's a face mask on the Irish, and that's going to put it at the 3-yard line.
Wow.
And it is an automatic first down as well, so 1st and goal at the 3. But now here comes Caden Longman. Well, I assumed. Actually, I don't see Longman. It's going to be Schumard, it looks like. It's going to be Ashton Schumard, number 14, coming in at quarterback here in relief of Shaniel.
Wow.
So keeping Longman, obviously he plays a big part of wideout. they're going to keep him at wideout and go with the young Ashton Schumard at quarterback.
Now
First and goal to 3.
Got the officials coming in for some reason.
And they're talking about things. Feels like here it's hard to not think that you go just TJ Bradford show. I mean, you just brought in a cold quarterback. We'll see if Shaniel can get back out there in this series. But if it's Schumar trying to finish this thing off, not that he's not capable, but coming in cold, big spot, you feel like you got a running back who's doing a lot of things. Feel like you would probably lean with your run game here. We'll see, though.
Well, and you really think about it. You've been strategizing or playing the whole time, getting ready for Shaniel. This changes your entire strategy of the game.
So that stoppage was to reset the chains. It's first down, but not first and goal. It's first and about 1. How many first and 1s do you see? That's what they're showing it on the chains. They'll go Bradford here. No, yeah, it is Bradford to the right side. TJTD. I got faked out a little bit, but he punched it in, and the Racers are an extra point away from knotting this thing back up.
Good. Great job. And you were so right, Josh. Just be simple. Don't try and do a bunch of stuff. Just hand it to your touchdown maker and let him just run in. So that was a great job. Great answer.
Well, I'll tell you what. That was a big boy drive, Billy.
Yes.
I mean, you talk about the way McGuinness started this thing. That drive went over 5 minutes. You were backed up after the muff. You were inside your own 20. You go right down the field, all run play. And now with this extra point, which is through, we're all tied up. What a drive. Championship medal drive by the Racers right there. Exactly 3 minutes to go in the third. We're back tied, 14-14. We're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 3 minutes to go in the third. Well, Billy, you and Gene had a thriller last week. We're in position for one here, tied up 14-all. Both offenses just running at will to start this second half. McGuinness goes right down the field, takes the lead. Racers respond, and we're tied up 14-all with 3 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the teams that's just going to make a stand, and whoever does is going to win the game.
Yeah, that's how it feels right now.
Yeah.
And with the way these teams are running, the number of possessions is shrinking rapidly.
Right.
Like every possession feels very precious right now because not that many of them. This game has been so controlled by the run game. These two teams have only held the ball 4 or 5 possessions each late in the third. Every possession huge right now. Medrano's kickoff here will go into the end zone. And so McGuinness will bring it out to the 20. To open up their second drive of the second half. First drive went really well, Billy. They ran it right down the field, punching in with a Damon Cochran touchdown. Rachel's got to find a way to, at the very least, get them behind the chains and force them to throw their way down the field.
You almost need just some big bodies clogging it up.
Yeah.
You know, if they can't put their foot down to run, then they can't run. But so they're going to have to just clog it up best they can. Try and get them to run around the end. Of course, they're having success running around the end, too. So that's just tough assignment.
So first and 10 at the 20-yard line. 3 minutes to play here in the third. 14-all. Bishop McGuinness back on offense with Damon Cochran and this potent Irish rushing attack. Fake the handoff. They're going to throw on first down. Cochran pressure. He's going to fight in the middle of the field. Picked off! Schumard read it all the way. He's got room on the left side. Schumard into the red zone. Down near the 10.
That is the way you do it.
Boy, what a mistake by McGuinness running the ball so well. They take a shot on first down, and Newcastle makes them pay.
Man, what a great job. Good catch. Got underneath that, and great running back. He had to run through some and set up blockers. That was just a great job by Schumar. That's probably his play of the year.
Boy, what a play, too. Schumar, the opening, that kickoff that he muffed and got back on it, he came up a little hobbled. He didn't play that entire last offensive possession. It was Zach Cragg in his spot, that third wideout spot. He gets back out there on defense. It makes one of the plays of the year right now. We'll see what happens, but wow, what a huge momentum shift.
It looks like Shanuel's back out there.
And it's great to see if you're the Racers.
Yes.
As they have it 1st and 10 back in the Trinity Restoration red zone. Racers now eyeballing the lead. Jet sweep, little touch pass to Longman, cut back up the left side. Touchdown, Newcastle! 11 yards for Longman, wow. And in the blink of an eye, the Racers have the lead.
Man alive, what a switch. You talk about just needing the momentum.
Unbelievable.
That is the momentum right there. And he had a great run. He's supposed to take that around the end. Their defensive back cut that off. He made a great cut. Almost looked like J.R. Fletcher in that cut. Takes it back up, runs it right into the end zone. Great job.
What a switch of momentum. The Racers put together an absolutely phenomenal drive to tie the game, immediate turnover, and then Caden Longman, first play, 11-yard. I think it goes in the books as a reception on that jet touch pass. Extra point from Pfeiffer is through. And with 2:38 to go in the third, how about that, Billy? The Racers lead it 21-14. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, back here at Racer Stadium. So we also had a face mask penalty tacked onto that extra point. So Newcastle's going to get to do what McGuinness did earlier and kick the kickoff here way up from the plus 45. Billy, what an unbelievable turn of events here. And I'm stunned that McGuinness, who is running the ball absolutely at will right now, took a shot like that on first down. It's one of those things where you're probably telling your quarterback, if it's not there, don't force it, and McGuinness made the biggest mistake of the night right there in that interception.
And that could be a game-clinching mistake. And you're absolutely right. You know, I talked about earlier in the year, you kind of looked at me like, what? You know, if the dog's running, feed him. And, man, Fletcher's running all over the place. Instead, you come back and try a pass. So I'm the same as you.
I'm very surprised by that. So, long way to go. Still over a quarter to play, and the Racers got to keep playing defense, but
wow.
A big play by Schumar. And they're going to go ahead and boot this through the end zone. And Schumar, too, just read it all the way. You could see that the moment it left Cochran's fingertips, you could see Schumar breaking on it. He had a beat on it the whole way and a great return afterward as well. So what a massive play by Schumar.
Oh, man, just the whole game has a whole new feel. Now, they can take that away right here, but the game just has a new feel to it.
So the Irish back out there on offense now, suddenly trailing by a touchdown with 2:38 to go here in the third. How do they respond?
Well, I think obviously you got to get back on the ground.
Yeah. Well, they've just ran the ball so well tonight. Got to figure get back to it, that's for sure. First play they do go on the ground. They'll run it with the big tight end / H-back, Tom Watts.
Number 9, Tom Watts on the run.
He goes for about 5 yards on first down.
Number 21, Preston Skagnetti.
Yeah, he ran right into the arms of big Skagnetti right there and took him down, but still gained 5.
Yeah. This is where now, if you're Newcastle, you can, kind of taste blood a little bit, right? If you're playing defense, you're thinking, we find a way to get a stop here. We can stack up a lead. Big momentum spot in this game, this drive. Here's Fletcher, the little right side, and he had nowhere to go. Racers read that one all the way. And he got no gain on that, so call it 3rd and 5 now as Fletcher very seldom time, haven't said this often, didn't go anywhere.
Right. Boy, and I tell you what, it's a great job the defensive line pushed the offensive guy back into him.
Yeah.
So he wasn't able to shift and go around.
3rd down and 5. Big opportunity for the Racers. Fans can feel they're on their feet here at Gene Reed Field. Cochran checking with his sideline as Newcastle faithful making noise, trying to make it tough on the McGuinness offense. 3rd and 5. Cochran will throw. Pressure coming from behind. He'll fire it sidearm, and he missed his man Steiner. Probably a good thing he did because Schumar was hunting another one. He was right on that, but the throw was behind Steiner, incomplete, and McGuinness goes 3 and out.
They look shook.
Yeah.
They do. They look a little shook. He's been hitting Steiner right in the middle of the 6 almost all night, and that one was behind him, so you can't help it. He's maybe having trouble getting that out of his head.
Yeah, that might be the first throw in the intermediate that wasn't just right where it needed to be for Cochran. He's been really sharp on those 8 to 10-yard routes, and that one just missed this guy. Pressure from behind maybe forced him to rush it a little bit, too. So McReynolds will punt. Pressure comes. It's a good punt. High. Heskew comes up and fields it at the 48-yard line. So Racers with really good field position here as they try to go get something that has not happened in this entire game, which is a 2-possession lead. It's been a 1-score game all night. Racers trying to change that here.
Well, and just get down the field. Any kind of score at this point, make it where they have to score twice to catch you or beat you. But they have a chance right now to just not take the foot off the gas. Right. Keep it going.
So 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. $1:17 to play in the 3rd. Jackson Shaniel and this Racers offense trying to keep momentum on their side. Boy, football's a funny game, and the way the momentum can just shift. Right now it's all on the home squad, but still a ways to go. 1st and 10. Shaniel give to Bradford up the middle. He's going to run hard and runs over a guy down to the 45.
It's just amazing to me how he goes right through the middle of everybody and comes out the other side like nobody was there. Amazing.
Boy, TJ Bradford, he just, what a joy. What a joy to watch run the football. 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line into the final minute of this 3rd quarter. Shaniel checking with his running back. He'll give it to him again. Shaniel, Bradford, nowhere to go. That one read all the way. Very well done by the Irish there. That was Malachi Darby, just a freshman linebacker, getting some run here in this big boy football game. He blew that play up. Lost a yard.
He got in behind the line, and that takes it back to 3rd and 5.
Clock winding down. I don't think they have to snap it. Looks like they're going to, though, in the late part of the 3rd. Shaniel, he'll take it and roll out to his left. He'll fire near the sideline. Heskew right at the 40. Boy, that's close. I think he got it. It looks like he did by about half a football. Boy, that Heskew route up the sideline with Shaniel rolling that way has been a very successful play this year. That should be a 1st down.
Yeah, they haven't called it yet. It's close enough. You got both teams yelling. They were down to 0 in the quarter.
Still have not officially signaled anything in regards to the 1st down. But that's going to end the 3rd quarter. Well, they're going to measure.
If it's up to Ash, it's a 1st down. He's over here signaling it. So
I think we're going to go ahead and take the quarter break, and we'll see what they measure. They're going to measure it. I guess we'll wait here. We'll wait for the measurement here. This has been kind of, you don't get a lot of measurements right at zeros on the clock. It's been kind of an unusual spot.
They got to come all the way across the field.
Of course. Got to figure if he is short, Newcastle will go for it. Right. I know it's a bit of a gamble at the 41, but the way you're running the ball, Jackson Shaniel is just so tough to stop from picking up those short yardage situations. I would think you would try it, but we'll see.
Remember what he did on that last 4th down.
Right.
Oh, they got it.
He got it. Off the measure, he gets it by the nose of the football. And that's going to end the 3rd quarter with Newcastle 1st and 10 at the 41. Racers in business after 3, 21-14 Newcastle on top of Bishop McGuinness. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, we had a little jump around there between the quarter twice, a little pump fake, and we're ready to go in the fourth quarter. As we get going, thank our fourth quarter sponsor, which is Focus Federal Credit Union. Drive your dreams with their competitive rates and flexible terms. More than 69 years, Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our membership about all things financial by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. See them at their Tri-City branch, 1097 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member FDIC. Start the fourth quarter. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Racers leading it by a touchdown with the football. And they have it first and 10. Shane up the gut, breaking tackles, running hard. Out near another first down and be second and short.
Good run. They just had a lot going in the backfield. You didn't really know which way to go. Had Longman coming across and cutting back, and you had Bradford on the fake, and then Shane taking it up the middle.
Boy, it feels like Newcastle, they can just taste it right now. I mean, they know what this game means. Run to Bradford, the left side. A very late flag thrown at the end of that. It looked like he picked it up, but we're going to have to wait on the flag. But you could feel it, that the momentum in here in between the quarters.
Yep.
Racers know. I mean, it doesn't clinch with a win tonight, but you're as in the driver's seat as you could possibly be to win your district in your first year in 5A. But still some work to do, and now a hold here, which is just the last thing you need, is going to back this up from second and short to second and long.
Yeah, you don't need to go backwards, but you're right. Between the quarters, you could just feel the air in here, just
close to doing something.
Yes, and so it's people are feeling it, and if we win tonight, we're looking good, and I think people can feel that.
Second and 12 from McGuinness, 43.
So the hold makes it second and 12. Not what you want at all right now if you're Newcastle. Got to avoid those kind of mistakes. Jet sweep to Longman. He'll run forward and not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard or two at most. And it's going to be third and long. So now after the Irish, the door has been open for you to try and get a stop here, get your offense back out there, trailing still by just one score.
And it looks like they're bringing out all the receivers. They may go 4 receivers. There, you got big number 1 there.
Third down and 10, we'll call it. They're at the 42. Got to get to about the 31.5. So call it about 10.5 here on third down. If they can get this close enough, I would think they'd go for it.
Oh.
At this distance, probably punt. And Coach Brickman going to take a timeout. Sensing the weight of the moment here, Racers take their first timeout with 10:51 to play here in this ball game. What would you do here, Billy? What would be kind of your idea on this 3rd and 10?
Well, I think you got to do a pitch or get something around this longer area over here. Go to the large side of the field instead of going to the small side. And I think you've got to figure it's going to be a 2 down. I mean, you're going to go for it. If you can get it within the 35-yard line, you're going to go for it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the risk of kind of just spamming the same play, that rollout with Heskew about 8 or 9 yards up the field has been a really successful play for you all season long. And what's great about it is that you get Shane out of space. If it's not there, he can run. So something like that, I think would be nice. We'll see what they do, though.
And you're right. If Shaniel starts running out there, all that leaves is defensive backs to tackle him.
Yeah.
My money's on Shaniel.
And even if he runs forward and gets 5, 6, 7, you have 4th down to probably go for it at this spot on the field. So we'll see what they do. You have options. I wouldn't even necessarily rule out running the football here because it is 4 down territory more than likely. So we'll see. 3rd and long Shanuel, fake the handoff. Play action, nowhere to go. Irish were all over that. Very well defended by McGuinness off the play action from Bradford. Shanuel had nothing to do with it. Did the smart thing just to eat it. Don't want to turn it over. And the Racers will have to punt. So a massive stop for McGuinness that they really had to have.
Yeah, that was huge. And I'm not sure what happened. He didn't get too far away from the line. It seemed like up close there, and they were all over him.
Yeah.
Like a three-legged cat in a dog pound. I mean, it was just bad.
There was 3 white jerseys surrounding Shanuel almost immediately. Just had no time to make anything happen again. Don't want to make it overlooked. Smart play to not just make sure you don't fumble, don't force a throw, just eat it.
Whoa.
High snap goes off Medrano's hands. He scoops it up. He'll have all kinds of time to set up and punt it. Unbelievable. And it's going to be fair caught at the 26.
Wow.
What a job by Medrano to stay calm, scoop up that ball, and then he realized he had no rush. And so he able to punt it. If McGuinness rushed anyone, that play would have been blown up. But because they didn't bring any pressure, he was able to punt it like normal. What a break.
That could have been a scoop and score.
Yeah.
Right there. And I really think there for a second, Medrano questioned running it. He turned around and
there was nobody there. He's like, I can just set my feet and punt this thing. That's a huge break for Newcastle. I mean, the snap was off the punter's hands. I mean, 99% of the time, it's a disaster. At the very best, you're hoping that he can recover it at least. Not only that, he got the punt off. So 1st and 10 for the Irish back of the way. Big drive here, obviously. Fletcher right side. And a big run on 1st down, as he's been doing all night. He goes for about 8 yards there on 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting back to their steak and potatoes.
Yeah.
You know, they're not trying to do this other stuff. They're just running him. So you're going to have to see that defensive line stack up. And those linebackers get in there and stop him.
2nd down and 2 with 9.5 to go in this football game. Racers lead it by a touchdown, trying to all but sew up 5A1 with a win. Cochran throws that to Steiner, little bubble screen. Oh, what a tackle with one bear claw by Hayden Elcision. I think he got him on the jersey.
He did.
It was just on the jersey pad. I mean, yeah, look, I thought it was clean and no flag. It looks funny, but that was just a big man making a tackle.
Yeah, that was very clean. You just kind of saw one cleat up in the air. That's why I started laughing.
Unbelievable. What a play by Elcision. And that play goes for no gain, and it's now 3rd and 2. Cochran with an interesting formation here. He'll hand it off to Fletcher at the middle. He's blown up. He didn't get it. He is stuffed on 3rd and 2, and now it's going to be 4th and 2. And a big decision for Coach Stringer and the Irish. I think they're going to go for this. Maybe not. No, I think the punter might be running out.
Okay, what's the number of the punter?
36.
Oh, so that's 35.
Quarterback staying out.
Yeah.
They're going to go for it.
They're going for it.
I agree with it. I think you go for it.
Oh, yeah. That's the first time I've seen them stop Fletcher like
Only
that.
8 minutes to go. They're going to go for it. Biggest play of the night and of the season in a lot of ways right here. It's a run with the tight end. He breaks the tackle, cut back, 1st down. A huge run by Tom Watts, who had to beat a man in the backfield, and he did just that and picks it up. Big-time play by Watts, who got the direct snap.
That was a great play, great call by the offense.
Oh, yeah.
Offensive coordinator over there.
A Racer defender had a shot at him, but he did a good job to avoid it. They're going to stick with this tight end bulldozer-like package. They're going to go to Watts again, up the middle, nothing. Maybe a yard or 2 at most for Watts on that one.
And you had Big Scagnetti jiving in there at the ankles, bringing him down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8 coming as the more traditional offense will now come back out for McGuinness with Cochran and Fletcher back in the game. Boy, that 4th down almost blew up, but a great job by Watts to break that all-important tackle and get the 1st down. 2nd and 8, 7:20 to go here in Newcastle. Cochran will fake the handoff. He'll throw. Got all kinds of time. He'll step up, fire down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Boy, 2 Racers had a shot at it. 2 of Newcastle's best catchers on the team, and Eskew and Longman. I don't know if they kind of broke it up from each other or if it just wasn't caught, but almost a massive interception.
Yeah, I think they both were looking at the ball and didn't see each other. But now you got a huge 3rd and 8.
Boy, I'm, again, kind of similar to earlier. Just a far too risky throw for the Irish. But they get away with it that time. 3rd and 8. Cochran checking with the line. Got to figure 4 down territory the rest of the way for the Irish. 3rd and 8. Cochran will throw. He'll fire down the sideline. It's caught! Inbounds into the red zone. Andrew Harris. The throw just over the fingertips of Burchett, and he pulled it in and toe tap down the sideline into the red zone.
That is a good job by Burchett coming back and getting him. But, man, that's a backbreaker right there.
Cochran delivered one of his best throws of the night right there when he really needed it. Put it right on him. Burchett thought he had a beat on it, but it just goes over his fingertips. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Fletcher right side, nothing there. For the first time really all night, the Racers seem to have found a little something in their rush defense as Fletcher bottled up.
Well, and it looks like they're not really, the defense isn't expecting anybody else to run. So they're just stacking it up and going right at him.
He actually lost a yard on that. Make it 2nd and 11 back to the 19.
That's the first time.
6:25 to go here at Racer Stadium. Cochran goes back to Fletcher right side. Cut back again. Not much there. Does a good job to keep the legs turning to get at least a few yards out of it. But not much more than that as he gets up to maybe the 18-yard line.
Number 2, Fletcher.
That's what it looks like. Maybe 17.
Give him the 17, we'll say. So it's going to be 3rd down and long. 3rd and 9, it looks like here, as we pass the midway point of the 4th quarter.
Now, what would you do if you don't get a first here?
I think you got it. It's go for it all the way. I mean, a field goal does you very little good because you're still down. You still need a touchdown if you make a field goal. So it's 4 down territory for the Irish. 3rd and 9. Cochran QB run up the left side. Keeps the pile moving. And he's down. He's going to be short, but it's going to be close.
Wow.
And so it's a makeable 4th down. They're going to obviously go for this as they get down to about the 10 and they need about the 8. Wow.
Yeah, they're definitely going for it, and it looks like they're bringing in some big,
no brainer.
So here it is. If Newcastle can stop them right here.
Well, here you go. This isn't the game, obviously, but it's close. 4th and 2 as we near the 5-minute mark. Racer faithful on their feet. Biggest play of the season right here. Cochran on the ground. He picks it up. He's blown up in the backfield. Racers stop him on 4th.
Wow.
As Cochran and Fletcher ran into each other, I don't know if it was supposed to be a handoff or not. The ball fell to the turf, and Cochran just tried to make something happen, but had no luck and nowhere to go. The play was dead on arrival after that muff.
Man, that has got to break the back. That's 2 plays this half that have really, really hurt McGuinness that they've done to themselves. So,
wow. So with 4:58 to go, the Racers take over on their own 13. Like I said, I'm not even sure if that was going to be a handoff to Fletcher or if he was going to roll that out. I don't know because we didn't get to see it develop.
Well, it appeared they didn't know.
So a massive stop for the Racers. Now with 4:58 to go, you're going to try and run this football, work that clock. Bradford up the gut, breaking tackles. He's down to the 17. Good run on 1st down of about 5, which we've said about 50 times tonight.
Right. Well, he's about a shoelace from breaking that for more. As he's almost daring them just to tackle him, running in there like that.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down here for the Racers. Fake the handoff. We have whistles here as it looks like they might flag the motion on Bradford. Not sure.
I don't know.
It's a false start. Yeah, false start on Newcastle. I was a little surprised on that, too, that they snapped that with about 20 seconds on the play clock. Now, at this point in the game, I know it's still 4:28 to go, but, man, every second is huge at this point.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
Get your breath. Pick daisies.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
So the 5-yard backup off the penalty, not good. Makes it 2nd down and 11. Clock will roll. Hand off to Bradford again. Stuffed. Not much there at all. He gets maybe a couple, and now it's going to be 3rd and long. And if you're the Irish, as much of a gut punch as that was, here you are, set up 3rd down and long, a chance to get a quick stop and get your offense right back out there.
That's right. They're looking like there's a chance they dodged a bullet here.
This McGuinness team, we talked about it in the open, in the pregame. A lot of old guys, a lot of guys who played in a lot of big games. They're not going to wilt in a big moment when things don't go their way. And you're seeing that right now. 3rd and 9 for Newcastle here as we hit 3:49 and counting to play. Shania will throw. Pressure coming. Shovel pass to Bradford. That was dangerous. He broke free. T.J. Bradford, he's tackled down short. He got to the 17. He's well short. It'll be 4th down. That went from almost a disaster in 3, 4, 5 different ways to, for a moment, you thought he might pull off the play of the year.
I'm glad you can't hear my mind, because in my mind I'm like, where's the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
It looked like McGuinness was pretty ready for that. But Bradford did a good job, A, to catch it, but then B, to break the tackle. But at the end of the day,
it's a punt.
It's a punt. As we run, we'll go under 3 minutes before they punt this. I have a car alarm going back off behind us, Billy. Is that your car? I hope not.
No, not mine.
I know it's not.
Well, sadly, I looked right at my car. Why do we do that?
Under 3 minutes to go, and the Racers will have to punt. So McGuinness is going to have one more shot. Madrano, a good punt. We field to 45. Steiner's going to return it, cut back, and he's tackled down at the 35. So clock not really an issue. 2:46 to go. McGuinness got the 35. This Irish defense twice now with their backs against the wall, needing a stop to have any shot, has come up with it. And now here you go. The Racer defense has to find a way to come through one more time.
That's right. They're going to have to figure, they got a short field. 36 yards from end zone. They're going to have to find a way to stop them, see if they can keep them to a punt.
2:45 left. McGuinness on the 36. They got 2 timeouts. Clock just not really much of a factor. Cochran will hand it off to Fletcher, left side. A lot of room. Inside the 30, running hard. Inside the 25. Keeping the legs churning on the outskirts of the red zone. And the Irish are right back in business trying to get this thing maybe tied back up. Maybe would go for 2. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But a big run on 1st down for Fletcher. And the injured man down, I think, is that Birch at 16?
That's what it looks like.
So he's holding at that right leg. And they'll come out and attend to him with 2:32 to go. Boy, it's looking ahead, but if you're McGuinness and you score, I think you probably really think about the 2-point.
Absolutely.
Got a ways to go to get there first, but these are things you got to be thinking about if you're a coach. The brain is already working. The gears are turning.
Well, and you got to think about it. I hate doing this as a Newcastle fan, but you got to think. They haven't been able to stop the run hardly at all, so you almost it's almost a no-brainer.
Can we get 2 yards? Yeah, and maybe win the game depending on the clock situation. We'll obviously, again, cross all that bridge when we get there. They're tending to Birch it here on the field. We'll go ahead and step aside while they attend to him. 2:32 to go. Catch your breath. 21-14, Newcastle leads. Trying to hang on here at Racer Stadium.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, Burchett comes off the field under his own power. Good to see. As we get back to it, 2:32 to go. McGuinness with it, 1st and 10 on the 22, down by a touchdown. Fletcher to the right side, breaking tackles. He's got room inside the 15, out near another 1st down. A late flag comes in here, though. This could be huge, depending on which way it goes. Every flag huge at this point.
Oh, man.
We'll see what this call is. Boy, if this is on McGuinness, the door is open for Newcastle to get themselves a stop. Whereas on the flip, a defensive penalty is going to set you up 1st and goal more than likely. Big call.
And they're talking about it.
2:13 to go here at Racer Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Glad you can be with us. This first Friday of November is delivering one of the games of the night in high school football. Living up to the billing. What's the call? It's a personal foul, face mask on the Racers. So this is going to be a 1st down inside the 10.
That should put it about the 7-yard line.
Well, the silver lining here for Newcastle, is with 2:13 to go, you're almost guaranteed a halftime going back the other way. Even if the Irish score and let's say they go for 2 and get it, you're going to have a chance, again, more than likely to respond because McGuinness has gotten down the field so quickly. It's the one kind of bright spot of that. We'll see what happens here the rest of the way. 1st and goal at the 7. Of course, the Racers would rather just get a stop and try to win it that way, but
this is where they messed up last time. So
1st and goal at the 7. Clock will wind. Cochran gives it to Fletcher, right side, pushing forward in the pile. There's another flag. I think he might have got in. He's really close. There's a big pile, and they push him. Boy, I don't know if they called him down or not.
Looks like they're putting him on the 1, but that flag looks like it's back there in Holdville.
The flag, may wipe out. It may not matter. I think they're saying he's just short of the end zone.
That's what it looked like.
But it's not going to matter. It's a hold on the Irish.
Wow.
Well, that's a massive call.
Yeah.
With 2 minutes to go, McGuinness will back up, and we'll have now 1st and goal out about the 17 or so.
Just coming down to inches, isn't it? Just little stuff.
Wouldn't have it any other way, going right down to the wire here. We talked about it all season long. These 2 games, MacArthur and McGuinness, back-to-back, end of October, early November, we're going to define the season in a lot of ways. Racers pulled out a thriller last week, trying to do the same tonight. 1st and goal at the 16 is where they end up spotting it, with exactly 2 minutes left. Cochran, high snap, did good job to catch it. Fletcher, nothing there. They bottle him up. He's going to get maybe a yard or 2, but that's good stuff for Newcastle. 1 yard they'll give him to the 15.
Wow. Boy, they got behind the line real quick that time, and that's what really helped them is keep him back there.
Clock keeps ticking. Very interesting to see how McGuinness plays this on the clock. They're kind of all in on this right now. Yeah, they're not in any big rush. So this is going to kind of be it for them. 2nd and goal. Cochran will throw. All kinds of time over the middle. Caught! Touchdown! It's Fletcher through the air. His first catch of the night. It's a 15-yard dime to the running back, and McGuinness can tie it with an extra point.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, I tell you what, that Fletcher is just an all-around athlete.
Don't want to run it because it's 2nd and goal from the 15. I just throw it to him.
I'm a little surprised they're going for the field goal here.
Yeah, with 1:17 to go, I don't know. It's not a true walk-off. I don't know. I could be talked into it either way. But the extra point to tie it, obviously huge. And it's right down the gut. 1:17 to go, and we are tied here at Racer Stadium. Step aside. Racer offense going to go try and make history on offense after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 1:17 to go, 21-21, Newcastle and Bishop McGuinness. The Irish tie it up, a 15-yard touchdown catch for J.R. Fletcher, who's been just a monster tonight for the Fighting Irish to tie the game. But the Racers, with 2 timeouts left, will have their shot to try and win this in regulation. We'll see what they can do. Mick Reynolds, kickoff is away, fielded by Longman inside the 10. He'll take it to the right side and tackle down about the 26 or so. So 1:12 left. Obviously, name of the game here, Billy, above everything else, is ball security.
Yes.
You want to win the game, and that's the goal, but you can't lose the game here either. The worst-case scenario for Newcastle needs to be overtime right now.
Well, you cannot win the game if you don't have the ball. I mean, it's just that simple.
Yeah.
You cannot give up the ball.
What a moment. Senior quarterback Jackson Shanuel, all these seniors. Opportunity to make some history in a moment that'll be remembered for a long time around here right now. 1-12, they're on their own 26. Tie game, 2 timeouts. Shanuel first down, snap pulled in. He'll pump fake one, step up, fire down the sideline. What a catch at the 40! Are you kidding me? Santorio Boykins, the play of the year!
Great catch.
Unbelievable. With the left hand, the defender was all over him, and with one mid, he pulls it in.
Wow, that was incredible. And that's a sophomore right there.
That just blew my mind a little bit. 1st and 10 at the 40. Shanuel, clean pocket. Steps up, breaks a tackle, hang on to the ball. He gets about a yard. Oh, my goodness. The catch by Santorio Boykins. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I'm shook. I'm shook by what we just witnessed. That was one of the most unbelievable catches we've had. Our 5th year doing this, me and you, that's as good as it gets.
Well, and they're down here he came to the sideline, and everybody's slapping his helmet.
Well, the clock is ticking here. They started to wind the clock, which they should. Newcastle needs to hurry. They're losing a lot of time here.
4 seconds.
Play clock running down. They just get it off before the delay of game. Shanuel will keep it. Ooh, he slipped. Awkward looking play there, and Coach Brickman's going to take one of those 2 remaining timeouts with 30 seconds to go.
They've got to get about 20 yards, and I think they have a chance for a field goal.
Something to note here that could play a factor. I want to remind people, we saw it earlier in the game when McGuinness tried their long field goal. In high school football, a missed field goal, you always get at the 20, the opposite 20. It's not like college or NFL where when you miss it, you get from where you kicked it from. So the Racers could try a long field goal, theoretically, without the risk of if we miss it, they get it in midfield.
Right,
now, of course, you're always risking a block or something like that, but you don't have quite the same gamble in high school football with a long field goal. So we'll see how they play this. It's 3rd down and 8 at the 40. Probably 4 down territory at this area of the field, depending on maybe what happens on 3rd down.
Well, you get it inside the 30, I think you field goal it.
3rd and 8. Shanuel takes the snap. He's got pressure, but he steps up through it. Got some room. He's going to fire over the middle of the field. Looking for Longman.
Oh,
that's got to be pass interference, and it is. Steiner just tackled him right about the 2-yard line. It's a good play by Steiner. Longman had a beat on him. You can't give up the touchdown.
No.
And so a clear call, easy call, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to put the Racers at the 25, and you would think they are going to at least have a shot at a field goal here before this game's over.
Absolutely. Save that last timeout. But, yeah, they definitely at least will have a chance at field goal. Let's see where they take
Here's
it from.
Here's the thing, though, that's going to be interesting. The Racers use 3, 4, 5 different kickers. Which kicker gets the honor?
Right.
Toby Pfeiffer? Madrano's got the biggest leg. That's an interesting little wrinkle to this thing, too. Wow. Pfeiffer has handled the majority of the extra points this season. But like we've said a few times, Madrano's got the biggest leg. He does the kickoffs. He does the punts.
Right.
We've also seen Gage Bell kick at times this year. So a potential big decision there for Brickman and this Racer team to figure out who kicks it.
Let's just have Shanuel score and go home.
That could also work. 1st and 10. They'll go to Bradford on the ground, up the middle into the red zone. Trinity Restoration red zone. They're going to get up quick. They got one timeout. You don't necessarily have to use it here yet. And it looks like they're going to slow play this, and they're going to kick it from there, I would assume. And Brickman will take the timeout with 7 seconds. And this will be it, I'd imagine. Yeah, I don't think you really have time to mess around with much anything else.
No, it's time.
I see Brian Madrano roaming around with his helmet on.
Man. It's wild. It's one of those weird years we have a stable of kickers. You can't really say that too many years.
Yeah,
so
it is. Usually it's kind of one guy does it, but the Racers have had different guys for different situations. So from that spot, the 17-yard line, it'd be roughly about a 34-yarder. We'll see if, you got to be kicking it here, right? There's nothing. Yeah. You only have 6 seconds. You don't really have time to do anything else. You kind of just have to kick it and See if you can win the game right now.
Right, well, especially no timeouts left.
They're going to kick, and it's going to be Brian Madrano doing the kick to try and send Newcastle to within one win of their first district title in their first year in 5A. Caden Longman is your holder.
Everybody's cheering and holding their breath.
Kick of his life, moment of the season for Newcastle, trying to knock off McGuinness. And we're going to get a timeout here as the old ice the kicker here for Bishop McGuinness. Make him think about it a little bit longer. But Madrano's pumping up the crowd. You don't see a lot of kickers do that.
I don't think he's too nervous.
He's feeling good about it.
I did see
him.
Yeah. Couple of weeks ago, I saw him out on the field kicking 35-yard field goals.
We've seen him at halftime out near the 40-yard line just hitting bombs. So the question, if he has the leg here, there is no question. He can absolutely drill this easily in terms of distance. It's going to be about putting it through the uprights.
Accuracy, yeah. Those uprights get smaller the farther back you go.
Junior kicker Brian Madrano. Moment of his high school football career right now. Racers trying to knock off Bishop McGuinness. Wow. Win their 5th in a row and put themselves on the doorstep of a district title in their first year in 5A. Caden Longman will hold. Madrano is ready from the 24-yard line for the win. Madrano, it's up. He's got it! Newcastle takes the lead with 1 second to go.
My goodness, what a great kick.
Laser beam.
Man,
wow.
You almost could hear silence for about a second and a half for that to go.
You're a pin drop in here.
And then one by one, you just heard the cheers. My goodness, what a great, great kick.
Brian Madrano, 34-yard field goal right down the gut. And Newcastle's 1 second away from their 5th straight win and being within one more victory of claiming a district title in their first year in 5A. What a moment. We talked about in that little break. He didn't seem nervous from up here, not that we're down there field level. And he certainly didn't looking on that. He belted that thing.
Well, and now you got to think about the kick. They have some good runners over there.
Yeah, you got to find a way to clean. You got to finish now with 1 second to go. Big key here will be clean tackle. No face mask, nothing to extend the game.
I'm wondering if you just kick it out of bounds and put them on the 35. Because they haven't shown a lot. They haven't shown a lot of success on long pass.
Yeah, this is another, one more decision here for Coach Brickman. Like you said, kick it out of bounds. Madrano's got such a big leg. He can pretty much get you a touchback at any time. Do you do that? Do you squib it? I mean, there's a lot of options here. I don't know. We'll see. Because it's only 1 second, so any sort of anything, a recovery, anything in play will end the game. Obviously, it's 1 second. Every player's got to take at least 1 second.
Yeah, if it touches a hand, done.
Because you could do a little onside kick, but you got to make sure it goes 10 yards because that'll be a penalty if it doesn't. A lot of intricacies here. You got to finish this off. 1 second to go.
High pooch. I wonder if that would help.
We'll see what they do. Madrano will walk up to it, and he'll do a little squib onside, and it will go out of bounds, and nobody touched it. So no clock rolls off, and McGuinness will get it right about that spot. And so they'll have one play from about midfield. Can't really ask for a much better situation for McGuinness, frankly. I mean, you got around midfield one play. You can't really, based off the situation you were just in, it's about as good as it gets.
Well, and I was wondering, there were a couple of racers there, and it was past the 50, but it hadn't hit the ground past the 50. Could they have still grabbed it?
Yeah, as long as it goes 10 yards, it doesn't matter if it, yeah.
Because I was wondering, they all just kind of looked at it like, what do we do?
So McGuinness is going to get it at the 46. How much does Cochran have in that arm to maybe throw it in the end zone? And now you got to guard against potentially, obviously, also pass interference. So a lot that goes into this now, but McGuinness has got an actual shot at this with 1 second to go.
Yeah, you got the defensive backs all the way down at the 20.
One play for the game in what has been an absolute classic here at Racer Stadium. Does McGuinness have a miracle in him? Cochran will throw. Pressure coming. He'll sidestep it, go to the right. He's going to fire it to the end zone and hope. It's deflected and intercepted. Ball game over. Newcastle wins their 5th in a row. TJ Bradford, who else, gets the interception to seal it at Racer Stadium.
Wow, and they're running out on the field. I mean, that's such an exciting game. Last week was a classic. Now this is a classic. I have a feeling in years to come, we're going to have a 3-team rivalry here, 5A1.
What an all-time moment, and it's a party here at Racer Stadium as Newcastle, they haven't won 5A1 yet, but they're really, really close with just 1 week to go. First year in 5A, Bill, and this Racer team has got the district in a stranglehold. They can finish this thing off next week as big favorites at home against Southeast. What an unbelievable win. What a game.
Man.
What a game. All right, we'll step aside. We'll catch our breath here for a moment. Post-game show next. Bill and I will wrap it all up from Racer Stadium and look ahead to the regular season finale next Friday. Newcastle wins a thriller 24-21 over Bishop McGuinness.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Newcastle wins it 24-21. A 34-yard field goal from Brian Madrano, the junior kicker, with 1 second to go, lifts the Racers to just a gigantic win. Hard to fully put into context in the moment.
Right.
But back-to-back thrilling, incredible wins over Lott MacArthur and Bishop McGuinness, and the Racers now, barring a big upset next week, they'll be huge favorites over Southeast, are in line to win District 5A1 in their first year in 5A, Billy. First off, what an incredible game. Back and forth. Both teams, so many times momentum was so large on one side. These teams show such mental strength, both of them, to just continue to battle back in the swings. But in the end, the Racers just made one more play.
Right. I think they both knew they could win.
Yes.
You know, they both knew the game could be theirs. There was nothing that they thought this is getting out of hand or this is this or that. They knew they could win, and like you said, we just got one more opportunity than they did. And we talked about how that kick in the first half may come back to bite them, and that's exactly what it did. And, so that was huge. Great kick by Madrano. And I think you're right. I was just looking. Southeast, with all due respect, they beat Class and SAS and haven't had another win in district. And so it would be a monumental upset next week. And so to say that's the only thing in the way of this, Incredible first year in 5A. First year doing it,
it's unbelievable.
So all the people that question Jeff Brickman, Coach Brickman, at the first of the year, why he'd take those guys on, you got to tip your hat to him now. He had them ready for district and got them ready for that. So just excited, happy for the players, happy for the coaches. The fans were incredible on both sides. And I want to tip my hat to Bishop McGuinness as well.
Yeah.
Great team.
No, I mean, completely. I'm glad you brought up the beginning of the year schedule because I was going to bring that up too in terms of, I mean, they were 1-3. Elgin beat them by 40 points. And, we talked about the time. Patience. Patience. The schedule was really difficult to start the year. You saw flashes. They were missing so many key guys early in the year. TJ Bradford, the biggest name, but Rex Heskew was out and Burchett was out. Hunter Berry went down, obviously is done for the season. But all these big names were out, and we talked about the time. Give them a little time. The wins are coming. This team is way better than the way that start really indicated. And here you are. They've won 5 in a row and 2 massive wins back-to-back over 2 perennially strong 5A programs in Bishop McGuinness and Lawton MacArthur.
Absolutely.
And now here you are sitting here saying, what an incredible season, and there's still a lot to be done, and this team has got bigger fish to fry, but it's just hard not to just feel really good for the players and for Coach Brickman. Just an unbelievable season, and still, again, a lot to do, and they got to finish it off next week, but just an unbelievable back-to-back. And again, I married it up earlier with the Lawton MacArthur game last week. The last 4 years we've been doing this, they've been so close to so many big wins, and it always seems to be one big play goes against them late. Blanchard earlier this year, they had that game, they had that game and let it get away. Tuttle last year, and now this is back-to-back weeks of just mental strength to come through and make the big plays late. You just feel good for them. And a heck of a win.
And they're making plays when they needed to make plays. I mean, that catch there by number 1, is it Boykin?
Yes, Santorio Boykin, the play of the year right now. Santorio Boykin.
I think without that catch, we're in overtime right now. But they're just making these great plays after they go down and score, take the lead by 3. We come back, and in 2 plays they go down and score. And just those timely scores, you're right. It just seemed like they were so close for so long to now get to see that they're making the plays and the football gods are smiling
finally.
on them.
The breaks are going their way. Yeah.
So that's really
good.
Just huge congratulations to them.
Incredible win, 5 in a row. They're undefeated in district play still as they take down the Fighting Irish 24-21. One more game in the regular season next Friday. They'll have Southeast here. Like you said, Billy, Southeast having a tough year. Bishop McGuinness beat them last week. I believe it was 70-7 was the final score on that. So it's been a tough year for the Spartans. You got to take care of business. They're still going to come out and play hard. That's going to be their final game of the season next week. So you know that they're going to be, leaving everything on the line. But Newcastle will be a big favorite next week. Got to feel good about it. And if they take care of business, they'll win the district. First year in 5A, go right up and win 5A1. It'd be unbelievable. But you got to finish the job next week.
Right, and they guaranteed at least one more game here after the end of the season.
Yep.
So
you'll finish at least second. Yeah.
Right, and possibly 2 games into the playoffs. So
pretty cool.
Great, yeah.
More Luigi's.
Luigi's. Thank y'all.
Speaking of Luigi's, I think that coach show on Tuesday is going to be pretty fun. I would tune in or get out there Tuesday night, 6:30. Gene Reed, I think it's going to be a lot of smiles.
There he is.
On Tuesday. Incredible win. What a game. One of the best games we've ever had here. And back-to-back. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the Racers win it 24-21. We thank you so much for being with us. Again, an awesome, awesome game. And the Racers, one more game to go in the regular season. If they take care of business, they'll win 5A1 and be set up as a 1 seed in the 5A playoffs. Pretty unbelievable. We talk about it all the time. Making the playoffs every year, but to get to that next level, you got to get to the top of your district. Racers have done that in their first year in 5A. All the credit in the world to Coach Brickman and his staff. Incredible team, incredible season, and there's a lot more to do.
Right.
All right, that's it for now. We appreciate you so much for tuning in. As always, Gene Reed will be on the call next Friday with Billy to wrap up the regular season as the Racers try to officially clinch 5A1 against Southeast. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 back here at Racer Stadium. I'll be back with you in 2 weeks for the start of the playoffs here at Racer Stadium as well. Be sure to keep up with OK Sportsnet for opponent, game time, all that stuff before the playoffs come out a week after this coming week as we get ready for the postseason. For Carson Wade on the production, Ash Kowals, who stepped in, did a great job working camera for us. Really appreciate him. He stepped in for a good one, I would say. Billy Collier, my partner. I'm Josh Calloway, signing off from Racer Stadium. Newcastle wins a thriller, 24-21, 6-3, 5 straight wins, and are 1 win away from claiming District 5A1 in 2024. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next Friday back here at Racer Stadium.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.